Tripped up in a tail, heard her to be a full spell. I pull Lord God, please open the door. I promise I'll try to get some more.
It's live now.
We gotta do? Buy you some hex, eat gas, and stake it too. You think I'm joking, but guess what? We got to. Citizens do whatever we gotta do because we love you.
What the frick is up, mother effers? This is your boy, Jim Rat Crypto, with your boy, Sam Stolt, the ultimate bicep warrior. Guys, how's everyone doing today? Human hex trafficker. What up, fam? You start times. You said, I've never said 3:05 p.m. Oh, 11. Morning, all. Morning. Let's wait for some people to get in here. Sam?
Yes. How is everybody doing? Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate you. Appreciate Scott. Thank you. I'm looking forward to today's show. We got some really good stuff to talk about. Scott was just mentioning a conversation he was having this morning with the OG, and we got some insights on that and some other news to share around the crypto community and just interesting stuff to talk about. So let's go take a look at the comments quick. If you wanna help, you wanna support, take a second, press the like button, and share the video with Twitter in your Twitter following. What up, fam? Human hex trafficker. Ninja, how you doing? Hex Champion 369, what's up? Hexkin Papa, how y'all doing? I am doing amazing. Beautiful morning here in Florida. By the way, in Florida it was 38 degrees yesterday. I think I might go south.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, another conversation I was here. Sam, let's be honest. We're not going to be living in the country in 5 years, probably. Come on, Sam.
Yes.
Hey, but I heard, so these guys talk about rich people shit when they're talking. That's all they talk about. Rich people conversations, because that's a lot of information in those conversations. They talk about where are we going to move and how are we going to protect ourselves. That's usually the majority of their conversations from what I've seen from afar. They say protection for me and my family. And, then it comes financial stuff. So, but guys, as a Hexican, as an early Bitcoin investor, as an early Hex investor, early Pulse investor, you are a target. Sam, you have become a target. You have to understand that now. Because
yes.
in a year, Sam Stolt is a target. I'm already a target. People don't know, because people know that I'm smart enough to realize that I shouldn't say anything about my finances specifically online, right? All I ever say is I'm a broke wreck pleb. But guys, I'm also not working. So you can imagine that I'm not broke, wrecked, but I'm a target because people don't care. My OPSEC's bad. I need help in that department. Guys, I'm asking for help from anyone that can help me. What do I need to do to protect myself? Do I have to move? And I'm asking for real. Because I've doxed myself a million times already and I have to reset.
Yes. There's a guy that I have been following for a number of years. What's up, Chad? How you doing, brother? We are doing awesome. I think we talked about it one other time, but he has a book out, The Nomad Capitalist, and there's things like CBI, which is citizenship by investment. There's residency programs. So you can get multiple different passports globally that allow you to travel to
But you lose your US, right?
Well, you probably
get another pass. If you become a citizen of another country, do you lose your U.S. citizenship?
But why? But there's a couple reasons why you might want to give that up.
I heard that too.
Because the U.S. and I think one other country in Africa are the only countries that tax you no matter where the fuck you are in the world. Most countries.
Sam, dude, you're not going to care about taxes.
I do care. You're always going to care about taxes.
No, you're not going to fucking care about taxes in 3 years, dude.
Why? What is your thought? Why do
you're going to be so balls deep in these projects? You're going to be so balls rich, dude. You're going to be.
But I still don't want to give any money to the government.
To the government, right? So I get what you're saying there. It's more about like the way that I think about it, and me and Sam are totally different. He has 100% different thoughts on this. We don't really talk about this that much, me and him. We talk about more specifics.
Here's a perfect time.
So this is a perfect time, yeah. I believe that every system is corrupt and you are giving your money either way. That's how I personally believe. I am not the leader anywhere, right? So all I have to do is make my bag ginormous.
What do you
I have leverage over everyone else, right? Like that's my kind of plan. Like I don't care about giving the government money because they're going to take everything that everyone has anyway. until it resets, right?
Unless you don't give it to them, and there's ways to legally get around.
But why does it matter if you don't give it to them?
Because it's my money.
I know that would matter to you, but like in the overall scheme of things, it's not because you care they have your money. Yeah, that sucks. But you don't want them sucking the money out of every human. You don't like the system.
But that correct. But how do we change the system?
Crypto, you found it.
But by changing me, I can change this and highlight this to the world that there's other options, both with crypto, but from a financial standpoint. But then what about all the opportunity? What about freedom? What about regulations? Those you can get around with having multiple different passports. So if you give up, you get rid of your US passport, you can get rid of your taxes. So there's something foreign earned tax credit or something like that. Basically, you can earn up $112,000 or $118,000 tax free, but we're going to be earning a lot more than that. And I don't want to give any of that to the United States government. I can get
if that's your angle, then that makes sense. Certainly. Like if your angle is you don't want to give money to the United States government, then yes, absolutely. Moving is the best way to do that. I was talking to a guy earlier, and he thinks a lot of people are going to get wrecked moving to Puerto Rico for a lot of specific reasons. So watch out, double, triple check before you move anywhere or get ready to move anywhere or think about anything. Because remember, trends create legislation as well. So if they start noticing that every fucking white boy from Maryland is moving to Puerto Rico, they will change legislation really quickly. And that's okay, guys. But we're early investors. We're the guys that figure stuff out first. So we don't really have to. We're the first movers usually.
Think about, you're in a cold state, right? So I'm from New York, upstate New York by Canada, in Rochester. And there's a term called snowbirding up in that area. I don't know if you've heard that word snowbirding before, where people will have property in Florida and property in New York. Like my dad has property in both spots and spends some time here and some time there. Well, there's people, my dad's going to be transitioning to spending 6 months of a day down here at some point so that he doesn't have to pay New York state taxes, even though he's spending 5 months, and
that's
3/4
an important
there.
one too, to remember.
Time horizon is important. If you invest in crypto through an IRA, your taxes. But okay, my opinion. I want to hear yours. I'll give you my opinion on IRAs and 401ks. And
You first, because you have more insight.
It's not traditional. So I don't have an IRA. I don't have a 401k. I don't think that those are an intelligent thing to do for my life. Like why, Scott, would you give me all your money for the next 35 years where you can't touch it and I get to take it and make money? Who makes money?
No, I totally get that. It's totally, IRAs should be advertised to people that have a lot of money to the point where they don't need any. Literally, like that should be the people that are in IRAs. It should not be I don't want to say that I know any of this, but let me say my opinion on, because I don't know the specifics enough on all of it. But if you want to, you can do it better yourself. Just know that. You have to know that. And I'm a fucking idiot. Fucking 28-year-old, not educated, and I'm destroying everyone ROI. Everyone. I never even met someone on feet that's destroying me yet.
And there's things like a self-directed, like as functional crypto mentions, but you don't. You control where you put it.
Explain that.
But so a self-directed, from my elementary understanding, is I own my business. I can set up a self-directed IRA, which is not going to be through like a Charles Schwab or E-Trade. It's going to be through another company that's going to effectively host that for me and allows me to invest into LLCs or crypto or other assets like real estate and things like that, or trusts or LPs and types of things. However, you still cannot personally get any benefits from that if it's a self-directed. I don't want to give up control of my shit. I can get control of my shit and get better returns.
You're saying
this is true.
That's I'm not saying so you're so passionate, and I got to remind you always to you have to reference things when you speak online to the plebs almost, because that's the people and I'm not saying the Hexicans in my chat, but you have to make sure there's always one dude in the chat at least who has no idea what you're talking about. Sam is one of the most self-motivated OCD freaks that I've ever met in my life. Just like myself, he's probably on a much higher level, to be honest, because his diet is redonkulous. Guys, This dude wants all those things, and I want all of those things, but we're also kind of outlier-ish as far as like if I go to my gym, nobody there wants a self-directed IRA. Except me. I'm like, I would be the only one who'd be like, oh, can I do this myself? Like, that would always be me. I would always think like that. And you know what people tell you back in the day? You think you're so smart. I'm like, no, I just know they don't do anything. I just know people. They don't do anything. There are some that do, but the Merrill Lynch, come on. What are they doing behind those desks? Probably just standard issue going through the motions. Like, you can figure this shit out, guys. They make you think you need 5 years of education to figure out one concept. The dumbest thing you could ever, for everyone watching in the replays, if you think that a doctor knows more than me about the specific subjects that I study, just because he's a doctor, you're stupid. Because I studied for more hours than him, and we're both just humans. You can only know so much, guys. So find the guys that are neurotically focusing on one thing, like Sam, like me. We're making YouTube channels. We're passionate. This is our lane in life. I forgot what I was saying, Sam.
No, I think that there's definitely a type of person for self-directed and IRAs and 401ks. Not me. If you think about the way that I talk about things here on my other channels, or some of the things that Scott and I talk about, like, I don't see any value in them, period. I don't want to give up control of my shit for decades on end. It's like, Scott, why don't you give me all your bags for the next 30 years? Allow me to make all the money, and I will give you a consistent 8.5%, 12% for the next 30 years. How does that sound to you? You're like, oh, I get 8%. Cool, right? Like, that's not my prerogative. You're muted.
That sounds like a scam.
That's what's happening in Wall Street.
Oh, right, I know. It's a scam, guys. You're all getting scammed. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm on team banks are horrible, and everything in the United States government is flawed, and nothing is done properly, and everyone's under the impression that professionals are doing things. And I am so under the impression that dumb fucks that have no idea are getting paid to do nothing. And they, like, all the people in my life that are so certain that the beer bug, that's what we call it, so you don't have to say it. The word. Don't say the word because of the algorithm.
Oh, okay.
Because they'll find your channel from anywhere if you be saying that word. Yes. Except now it's not even probably on the list because that went away already. But anyway, the beer bug, everyone who told me I couldn't see my grandma, everyone who told me I shouldn't go to Christmas, everyone who told me I was a selfish motherfucker while I was sitting here minding my own fucking business. Fuck you. Big fuck you. All I was doing was minding my own business. I wasn't chanting all over the internet that COVID-19 was fucking fake. I didn't know. I was just not doing what everyone was telling me to do and staying at my house. And everyone was fucking on my ass, calling me selfish, saying I was ruining people's lives. And I'm here to tell you, if you're watching, you're dumb. You're stupid. You're not smart. You're not thinking freely. You're going on the this is how you think. You wake up, you make breakfast, you look at your TV, and then that's it.
And I think one of the things that you and I may agree on is that, like, we're all stupid in certain areas. He's not like, I'm not just being like, oh, okay, Scott's stupid. Like, yeah, I'm stupid too. Like, there's plenty of areas that I know nothing about whatsoever. But in that stupidity is what gives you humility to take on the responsibility to, like, learn and grow and understand. Shame, crypto functional crypto says in the comments.
I want to switch the conversation up to the bear market. I want to know what you know. I want to know, and then I want you to ask me questions. What do you think is going on? Because do you understand a bull and bear market in the crypto world? Like, is that something that you are familiar with, or you still kind of just think that, like, in crypto, there's cycles, right? Cycles would be a bull market is basically a 3-year up. A bear market is basically 85 to 90% down for a year, generally.
So it's a 3-to-1 ratio.
Well, that's what Bitcoin's
sometimes.
That's what Bitcoin's been on average, right? So if that system stays true, Bitcoin should be at around $15,000 here shortly. But just quick, it's just quick. Like, people don't understand. They think, oh, this is the craziest crash. Everyone will sell, don't get me wrong. But when it happens, right? Like, I bought Bitcoin at 3,400. but it'll start going up. But this all takes months, guys. Remember, so this is over months. So let's pretend like the next few months we're down here at 46K. We're gonna go down, 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 and then once it starts moving up in momentum, that means the whales have decided it's over. That's Sam. That's all it means. So you don't have to wonder, is it going to go up? Is it going to go up? Yeah, it's going up, guys, because the whales have decided, the 3-4 whales in Hex have decided it's time. It's go time.
What do you think's gonna like play out over the next not necessarily 3 months, but like maybe 6 to 12, 6 to 18 months? Where do you see things changing?
I think we could be in for a fucking brutal year. I think people could be really surprised with what real pain feels like in the market. Real pain, not $46,000 Bitcoin, guys. That ain't fucking real pain. That is a fucking luxury day on the spa. 9.5K Bitcoin for people that bought it at 65,000. That is real pain, guys. And that is real reality. And it happens every time automatically. It has to. It has to. I want you to just know, and I know, and I'm just going to talk this all the way through. It has to occur. These things happen because that is the natural flow of psychology. People can, once this goes down, you don't have to look at the numbers. Everyone's selling. 95% of people are selling. You don't have to look at the numbers, Sam. You know it because the number's going down. You know and then there's like 5%, 10%. They're basically the Richard Hart faithfuls, the hodlers. Mm-hmm. The hodlers stay put. They never sell their positions. Those are the people that win in crypto only because you have to lose in crypto if you're trading. Someone has to lose. Someone has to be the last guy. Who's the last guy to buy before it starts going down? It's like, and it's always fucking Michael Saylor and the people on CNN. Those are the people that start to buy when we're at the top. You'll notice this the next time we get to the top. My mom will start buying Bitcoin. That's when you know the top is in. Seriously.
You're 100% correct. I agree.
And so just listen. You don't even need to ever see a chart. Just walk around go to your city, your local market, or your local place to get food, and go to the gym a couple times. Listen to people. I know what the markets are doing because I know what the media is doing because I know what people are saying. And right now, nobody's talking about crypto. Crypto doesn't even exist other than like with legislation. Nobody knows what fucking Pulse Chain and Hex is. I've been screaming Hex to 1,500 people online that know me from high school and college. They don't even mention it. They don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. Yes. They don't even know what country, like they don't even, it's Spanish to them.
What do you see a catalyst kicking it off? And then,
no, it's 85%, 90% dumps happen, dude. But what they'll do the whole time is say it's other things that are causing it. So right now, for example, I will pull something up. This is a prime example, guys. Listen to me here. Stick with me.
I have Nomics up if you need me to pull something up.
I'm going to go to Twitter real quick and show you what the FUD is right now. So I'll show you what I predict, guys. We're going to have another leg down with Bitcoin, okay? It's going to be a big leg down. We're going to get to that $28,000 to $32,000 point, whatever the Fibonacci line is right there. And we're going to continue to go down. But right now, so what do? We need FUD. We need articles. Where are the articles? Why are people selling? They need to make a statement, right? What's the newest article? I'll pull it up. And you might have already heard this, Sam.
If you take Bitcoin at, say, I think get up to 69,000, so times point, say, 0.2, that would give us around a $13,000, $14,000 price if it comes down 80%. There could potentially be, when things get more mature, that
Can you hear me?
Yes, the volatility decreases. Do you think that's a possibility too? And then pull up this article.
Economic mass causes volatility to decrease.
And that's happening to Bitcoin. So I think that
it happening to Bitcoin?
It is. Look at what's happened over the last 13 years.
No, but it still drops 80% every 3 years. 80%, Sam. You have that number's legit and it continues to occur. And I'm not saying it's going to happen at the same rate. Here, let me go right here real quick. China banned Bitcoin. The EU votes on banning Bitcoin mining. Do you see how this works hand in hand with the bear market, Sam? Like these things will just keep coming out. China bans Bitcoin every 3 months, dude, and no one knows what it actually means when they
they're just banning crypto, right? Because they came out with their own digital currency.
Well, who the fuck knows? But it's just a headline, is all it is, guys. It's a headline. Let's look at this. Crypto assets shall be subject to minimum environmental sustainability standards with respect to their consensus mechanisms used for validating transaction. Guys, this means that they're banning proof of work in the UK, in the EU. They're banning proof of work, Sam. That means they don't. Do you remember when I kept saying geopolitical nightmare? I always say that when I talk about Bitcoin because, guys, it's unsustainable because it's literally burning fucking hot air in fucking rooms. What world is that going to be the standard? Moving forward, 13 years ago, we had no idea what things were going to look like today. We didn't know Elon Musk was going to make the advancements that he did in that. Whether he uses more waste or less waste, they have batteries now. That's it. Like, they got batteries and shit. So, guys, all this FUD, it's all FUD. I need you to understand whether they pass it, don't pass it, this, that. When the price is going up, everyone shuts the fuck up and goes into their other fucking thing for clicks. They go somewhere else for clicks. All these major articles that come out. Right now, they're looking for anything. So, okay, let me read the chat, guys. I've been fucking rambling like a fucking savage.
The sentiment that you're talking about in terms of your mom, your grandma, the random fuckers at the gym, like once those people start to get in, yes, you definitely know it's the top of the market. It's very, very hot once those people start to get in.
And when people are spending $30,000 on pictures of monkeys, you can pretty much guarantee the top is in. Sam, in what world is there enough money for 12-year-olds to be buying $30,000 fucking things that are pictures and useless with no utility?
Correct.
And I'm not saying that buying things for expensive prices is not cool. It is cool, but it's a sign, guys. It's a signal. You have to feel everything that's going on. And then it's a clear as day once you understand that it's all just marketing. It's all just marketing, guys. It's just a marketing. Richard Hart is a marketing genius. People think they're too late for Pulse Chain.
Which is crazy.
People think they're too late for Pulse Chain, Sam, and it has not existed yet. What kind of marketing fucking Nazi makes people have FOMO before something exists?
Because they missed the sacrifice, maybe? I don't know.
Well, no, I know, but I'm saying he thinks about all these things. He's a marketing super freak. Everything that dude does for marketing, do it for your business. Trust me. Trust you, me. Because, all right, let's go to this thread real quick.
The comment section or where we go looking at Rusty, the shows are getting better as the weeks go on, guys. Awesome. Thank you. That's
so awesome. And I appreciate you.
That's what we're
guys, let's say hi to everyone so we don't forget. Human Hex Trafficker, thanks for being the first in. Ninja Chopsticks, Hex Papa, Hex Champion, Hex Human Trafficker, Functional Crypto. Hey, great to see you, Hex Lads. Hey, Rusty VR, are you shredded? For some reason, I think I saw a picture of you and you were shredded. Please confirm that if true. Our boy Donner Schwans, Chad Donner Schwans. Hey, Chad, do you have a Twitter? I've been looking for your Twitter, and I know it's not Chad Donner Schwans. So if you could message your Twitter, that would be nice. Sam's in here. Rackham, yep. So Rackham Rishel is the guy that we were all talking to this morning on the group chat. JR, great to see you guys. I have no energy to do anything close to what occurred yesterday. That was some wild stuff. So I will not be doing that again today. I will not be getting 100 likes today. I do not care. I need to go to the gym. So. Okay, Daniel, in the US, you should make a statement by using Dash Direct Crypto. Just saying, start moving. Wow, that was a nice little ad you popped in there. I liked that. That had a nice jingle to it. Hey, in the US, you should make a statement by using Dash Direct Crypto. Wow, that kind of sounds nice.
It says, so I'm looking it up right now. It says spend crypto like currency with Dash. I don't know what it is, but clearly it's a.
Oh, they're making a Hurricane Dash for Pulse Chain, which means censorship
free.
Yeah,
censorship free. Ooh, oh, That's good.
Yeah, it's coming out, and there's already a name for it and shit. Yo, not Bahamut. Hey, this is the guy who won the 3,750 hex yesterday.
Hey, Duru.
Wait, no. Was it you? Yes, it was. I always forget because he has another name on Twitter. And then there was another guy who won. No, yeah, it was him who won yesterday. Brig Bane, talk love. It very true, boy. It is very true, guys. The reason that me and Sam understand a lot of these like overarching concepts and we're open-minded enough and not egotistical enough to dive into this stuff is because we know what it's like for our lives to suck really, 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 really bad. So we just don't care anymore. It's just like you have to, if your life has been cushy McCushy as far as like your emotional state and nothing's gone bad, it's really hard to have this kind of critical thinking because you have no reason to.
Yeah, some. I remember just eating out of peanut butter jars because I didn't have fucking money for shit. Like, there's been some rough times where you don't have a lot of shit. And,
but it's nothing to you, probably.
Correct.
But that's nothing to you. Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, everyone, I could get stripped of everything. And once I got over that week of being like sad about it, it's game on, dude. I know I'm coming back harder than ever.
And bigger.
If somebody took my house, my everything, I'd have it back by this time next year, sitting in the same spot in a different crib. I would, because I'm now just understanding a lot of this stuff. Got to get that fiat. Hey, good to see you, man. You're fucking right. You
hey, what is the name of that project that is Hurricane Cash?
I can't talk about it yet because I don't know enough. I don't think it's out. Dude, you know what? I think it went down on the, like, there was already a sack phase for it. It went down on the low. Like this, somebody was talking about that while I was passing out last night.
Damn, that would be an awesome project. I feel like that I would want to learn more about, to be able to do something like that and understand more of how it actually works. Because that's just tremendous opportunity. How can is there capability to access capital without selling for pretty much every currency, or is it's only with certain currencies where there's ability to things on main layer ones?
Say that one more time.
Is there a way, if somebody who's holding a crypto, is there a way to access capital without selling? Or is that only available for certain coins? And
yeah, there's probably lots of coins that do that, but again, for a decentralized, immutable, trustworthy one, I don't know. But that'll be, dude, in 1 year's time, there will not be a project that's not. No. In 2 years' time, there will not be a project that you can personally think of that is not done perfectly.
Because that's how quickly the space.
These guys, they feast on this shit. They're opportunists. And Richard Hart taught them all. He taught everyone. He told them the right things to do for free because he's the only guy who was doing it for not. It's funny when someone does things not normal, they get attacked, but it usually means they're doing shit. Yeah, liquid loans. Like, yes, liquid loans. You know, a lot of those liquid loans guys blocked me. Isn't that funny? I had two guys that worked directly on the liquid loans team that blocked me. And I saw it because we were in this big group chat and I was following everyone. And then I was like, not letting me follow this guy. And I was like, what the hell? Let me follow him. And then it was, then I was blocked. But I mean, I do talk shit.
I sacked on the liquid loans, and I actually had Jesse on the YouTube channel.
Huh. I fucking sacked for liquid loans. I should them out for liquid loans. I don't know, but okay. But now let me tell you. Let me tell you what I think about liquid loans. Let me tell you what I've heard and learned over the last couple of days about what the problem is with the way they approached it and why people give them shit. Because basically, opportunity cost. Let's talk about opportunity cost real quick. That means if you bought Dogecoin and I bought Hex, you could have bought Hex and it went up this much and you only went up this much. So you missed this much value, although you still made money. They're not coming out till 3 months after Pulse Chain launches. They have no idea when Pulse Chain is going to launch. They're just mooching off of Richard. That's the problem. That's the only problem. Liquid Loans is mooching off of Richard with a project that doesn't exist yet with the SAC phase for something that they said needs 3 months. Once the imaginary project comes out, 3 more months. So you got to see they're just using Richard's value in order to create value. Now, if they make something great, fucking good job by them. But if they make something that's a scam, it would make a lot of sense.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah. And it's interesting. There's a lot of people out there.
3 months, dude.
Yeah.
After when? After when? When does Pulse Chain launch? Why do you get to make money leveraging something that doesn't exist, that you didn't create?
And
Like if
as well,
Richard was doing that, it'd be different. Richard created Pulse Chain. So he'd be like, this is my ecosystem. But a random dude's like, hey, give me $100 million for a project that might come out. And you might have been able to buy Pulse Chain and had a fucking 700x by then.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying, Sam?
I
you see how deep this goes?
What do you see as like kind of, are you going to continue doing little bits here and there into different projects, or do you also see yourself as a like you're going to primarily acquire one, like Pulse? You're going to primarily hold a lot of it in Pulse, or how do you see yourself?
Well, I put myself in a different category because I am here to educate people now. Not that I'm the educator, but like I'm online, so people are going to be listening to me. So I have to go out of my way to look into everything because that's my job to me. But like if I was just doing this without being online at all, the best way to do it would probably just be to sack a couple $100 for things that you want to have fun with, but 99% of your funds should be going to Pulse Chain. Is going to change people's lives so quick. Sam, they're not going to be able to leave their houses. They won't know what to do. Sudden wealth syndrome is real. And if somebody gives you $100 million, you freeze, you lose your shit. You don't know what to do. Your security's at a risk. You're fucking freaking out. You're not. That's why preparing yourself to be in that position. I've prepared my whole life to be in that position. I know what it feels like already. I hang out with those guys.
So can you tell us about like the run up in Hex, right? Because you're holding Hex and you got in very low and you're experiencing the run up.
I didn't get in very low.
But you
I
got
am a fucking
low.
Those old guys look at me like who is this motherfucker? Like, so I was day 521 in Hex. That's when I bought the first time. And if we look, I'll go to hex.com real quick.
I have Nomics up too if you want to see the chart on Hex.
What were we talking about just to continue?
What was your experience like when you get in, like relatively low? I'm talking from my POV. So relative to my POV, you got in much lower than I got in. And what was your experience when you go in?
Only a 5x. We only did a 5x difference. A lot's happened. It went up a lot. But from right now, we're at like a 6x difference from when I bought in. Isn't that crazy though? That's why if you understand this stuff, Sam, you're invincible. You know that once it starts going off top again, you're going to know that it's going to stop at some point. You're probably going to fuck up a little at the top, but everyone does. You're going to wait for it to go down. You're going to dollar cost average your ass off because once it comes back around, dude, you will not be buying anything else. Once it comes back up and back around, you'll be like, oh shit, I should have been doing this a long time ago. That's all you're going to say. It's what everyone does though. It's the same thing for every person. You have to go through that process where you feel the pump, ride it all the way down, understand the product, and then you're like, I'm invincible.
So what was that going through? Were you just like super giddy? You would check your account before you'd go.
You're just like you're ecstatic. You're just floating on air. You're smarter than every human that's walking near you. It's like and it's an egotistical thing, and it's an automatic response because we did do a lot of ego investing here, guys. Like I'm putting my ass on the line, my asshole. I'm putting out, I did a $500 giveaway telling everyone to watch my channel, telling everyone to not buy in, but to really look into this stuff. My dick hole is on the line. Seriously. My parents are like, why are you leveraging yourself so hard? I'm like, they've never believed in anything more. Ever.
That's what I literally, I was like, Scott, when you called me, what was it, a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, you called me, and after we get off the phone, I tell my girlfriend, I was like, hey, I just talked to my buddy Scott, and he sounds like how I sound in terms of his energy around Tesla. Like I was telling everybody about Tesla for the last year, like 8 years, 10 years, and nobody would fucking listen. And I was like, just because of that energy, I knew that there was something that I had like that pre-framed, like I knew the next thing for me after I let go of Tesla was to shift to crypto. Like I'd already made that decision to like, okay, as soon as I'm ready, I'm going to just let go and just shift. And when you were like, hey, you should check this shit out, and started being super excited about it. I was like, this is the energy that I had with Tesla. It's time to make that switch and make that change. And I bet going through that experience where you have that monumental shift in like, oh, I only put in this much, and I've had, now it's a 6x, right? But at one point it was a substantial.
I literally only invested $4,000 into crypto. Like, I mean, I've added on to them since then, but like for the majority, 95% of my shit is from $4,000. And it was accidental, and I was in a dating course when I did it. And the guys were like, dude, crypto's legit. And I was like, what should I buy? And they were like, Bitcoin. And I was like, okay. So guys, and they told me not to free claim my hex, by the way. Guys, so
wait. You missed out on the free claim on, or did you not?
I'd be a billionaire. I was in a paid crypto course, and they told me it was the biggest scam they've ever seen in their life.
You should tell that story.
I've told it a million times. Everyone knows it. It's a very common story in the space. You'd be surprised. Everyone has the same story. It's because that's why I am who I am. And that's why when you talk to me, I don't want that to be the experience. I don't want it to be like a shutdown conversation about anything. It doesn't have to be about Hex or Pulse Chain or Richard Hart. But like if it's about other shit too, like, all right, some dude has a reason why I should call somebody a he, she, or it. Like, I'll fucking listen to it for like a minute. And I don't agree with it, but like we have to be able to listen to at least conversations about everything, because I paid $800 to be told not to be a billionaire.
Wow, that's crazy, because it's just literally free money. It's just like free
well,
money.
They were saying you're going to get in. Well, it's not just free money. You have to click, you have to link, you have to get a new MetaMask if you don't trust it. So, I mean, it isn't just free money. If you think that things are a scam, you should probably not fuck with them. Unfucking believable. Yeah. Yeah. So I'll tell the story legit. You want me to tell the whole story with names? I'll do it.
Well, yeah, it doesn't matter if you use names. That's completely.
I'll use names. I've already used them. And I was upset with these guys. I called them out on Twitter a couple of times, and that was the end of it. I don't hate them. I still like some of their content. And but the one dude called me and like threatened me like physically and like personally. Yeah. So, you know, and everyone knows, if they know the people I'm talking about, they know which one it was. He's a fucking idiot. And he lives in Japan. He's fucking calling me, threatening me. I'm like, dude. Anyway, so back in the day, your boy wanted to know how to have more relations with more women. So he went into this women's dating course or whatever. It was way back in the day. It was expensive as fuck too, guys. This was not like cheap shit, guys. I was going hard, like trying to just learn. All I wanted to do was learn, right? It wasn't really about the chicks. It was more about like, what's going on? What are people doing? You know, like I want to know. I want to be in the now. Like I wanted to know. So basically, I joined Jonathan MLD's course, and he's connected with Rollo Tomasi, the Rational Male, the guy who wrote that book, which is a great book, fucking amazing book. And Donovan Sharp, all these guys, these Red Pill guys. You know Red Pill, right? Mm-hmm. Red Pill's like fucking it's just like how to teach guys not to be pussies, basically. But it's all controversial concepts. Anyway, I was in this course. They were telling me about Bitcoin, and this was right when COVID was happening. Right before COVID started happening, it was at $3,400 from the whole crash was because of COVID. So everyone was freaking out. Everyone was selling. Everyone thought it was going to zero. And I was like, fuck it, I'll buy it. Like, I get it. Like, it sounds about right. I hope. And they were like, this is a good opportunity if you have money, Scott. So they were telling me good shit. And I bought it. And I went on with the girl thing. Yes, Chad, he did threaten me. He did. Well, he didn't threaten. He just called. He was like, you're a fucking sellout. You don't know. He's like, karma's going to come for you. He was like, karma's coming for you. I was like, dude, you just robbed like 300 people for $800. Like, karma's not coming for me, brother. But anyway, so I went on the show. Basically, Richard Hart had just came out with his spiel, and they looked me dead in the face, and everyone in that group, and they said, that is the biggest scam artist I'd ever heard. But then this dude who's still in the community called Dollar Cost Crypto came in, and he was like, guys, this is legit. He was like, this shit's legit. I looked into it. I have Hex. That, first of all, that dude's a fucking, who knows how rich now, and he's all over the internet still. He's a friend of mine. Miguel, I mean, he controversial because I have talked shit about some of the business he does. But as a person that knows about crypto, Dollar Cost Crypto knows a fuck ton more than me. Anyway, and he's a cool dude. Like, he would be a cool dude to hang out with. Yeah, he's a con artist. I know. I didn't know that at the time. I didn't know what a con artist was at the time. Anyway, so they're telling me to buy Bitcoin. Then it goes up. I'm dating. I'm doing all this shit. And then the free claim comes out, or it was around all this time, and they basically just told me it was a giant scam. And I moved on. One day I opened my Bitcoin account. It had like 100 grand in it. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I started researching, and I found Hexden.
So you heard about Hex, right? And they were like, hey, don't do that shit, right? These people that you had respected at the time and trusted their opinion, paid to like
$800
to get their opinion on things. And they're like, hey, don't do this. This is a scam. And then you weren't really paying attention to your crypto, right? You were kind of just living life. It was only like $4,000 at the time. So you're like, or whatever, you probably put a little bit more in, but it wasn't that much money, relatively speaking, to what you're making and other things at the time.
Well, I just didn't care. It's just not where my mind was. I didn't care about money. I didn't think it was my time yet.
I remember we chatted a couple years ago and we talked about money, and it wasn't priority. It wasn't like a focus at that moment in life. And so
I've never cared about money. Everyone in my life knows I don't care about money. In a way, I don't care if anyone ever sees me again. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So what? So you happen to log in and check your account, and you see 100 grand in there, and then why did you look at Hex at that time? Just because it was already in your mind?
Well, no, because I remember Dollar Cost Crypto. I remember him coming into that chat and saying that shit. So I looked his channel up, and lo and behold, they were still talking about the same thing.
Interesting.
Yeah. So these two guys there's actually a movie coming out. Damn, it'd be cool if we could somehow watch that movie together on stream. No, it's not out yet, but it's called The Highest of Stakes, and it's a Richard Hart documentary. And all the guys that were fighting him in the beginning are like documented within the movie. So these guys are on there too. And it shows like their screen videos of them saying how big of a scam it was with the dates and everything. But it's a bunch of different guys, right? And those guys no longer exist. They have to stay in the corner of the internet so no one calls them out anymore. They can only prey on plebs because anyone with a legit brain will just tell them to fuck off a scam artist.
I bet there's a way where we can watch it live and get some interactions, like pause it, get feedback and stuff like that. That would be an interesting episode.
Richard Hart's channel is permanently banned, pretty much.
Which is crazy. And I think
I want your take on that. What the fuck? You know shit about censorship. He has a fucking huge influence with 188,000 followers of real followers. Those are real people. And he has the biggest, most influential live streams. He was not even on his live stream when he got banned. He was talking on someone else's live stream, and he got banned for what he was saying.
I don't think like how I don't understand the experience of going from putting in a small amount of money to that being like a 10, 100, 1,000x over time. I have gone through the experience of censorship myself. So it's the same type of thing. And in the community around bodybuilding chemistry, biohacking, peptides, SARMs, I'm on that community and I'm pretty deep into that community. And when you go to the fringes of any, I believe almost any community, but these are the only two where I've really seen it because I'm not in a lot of other communities. But when you go to the fringes of communities, that is where you see the censorship. And it's not the people who tell the truth. It's not the people who are lying who get censored ever. Like if I have the capacity to censor
action takers.
Yeah, if I have the capacity to censor somebody else, like even if they're a complete bozo and they support like whatever is like the clown in office, right? Or anything along those lines, I'm not going to listen to them, but I'm not going to be like, oh, okay, we're going to shut that fucker down because he's just a moron, right? But the people who are in charge at these places do shut things down. I've had a channel, and you see how YouTube is. I had a channel that just hit 1,000 followers, and I got that whole channel deleted. It had like 350 videos on it. And I had 2 different TikToks, one with 57 at the time, 1,000 followers, deleted. One with 10,000 followers on TikTok, deleted. Instagram posts deleted. Facebook posts
Dude,
deleted.
that's why I'm chilling out, dude. I'm chilling out with the other posting until I learn more. Because I have a fan base already. I need to learn, dude. I have to do this as well as I can, which is I'm still going to get banned on like multiple things. I know it, but I'm developing a fan base. That's what I'm trying to do. And when I say fan base, I'm not like a fucking celebrity or anything, but I'm just developing guys that like the same kind of talk that I do. And that's who I want to be on this channel. And let's watch this highest state, guys. We know how.
Let's watch this.
Have you seen this, Sam?
I have not. No.
Oh my God! Real quick, guys, live the fucking highest stakes Netflix documentary. Sam Stoltz trailer reaction. It's going to be great. I want to know exactly what you think after. I'm going to mute my mic real quick.
I'll also mute mine. Go ahead and play that. There you go.
This is the opportunity of a lifetime. Yes, every scammer in the world is going to tell you something similar, but in this case, you are actually going to have regret.
I mean, you're scamming everyone. Richard Hart, he's got a history of being called the spam master.
There's some weird things going on with his coins.
Making one of the biggest Ponzi schemes that we have ever seen.
Hex coin is 1,000% a scam coin.
People are going to lose money because of you.
Remember all the haters? All the haters that told you that I was a scammer and Hex was a scam? I got bad news for the haters. We're making new all-time highs where everything else is getting wrecked.
Price is up 4,000 or 5,000 fold in 600 days.
I've made enough money in the last week that I could buy a house in cash.
I would never have to work another day in my life.
I'm here to shill. I want to change the world, and I can only do that if people participate.
The only thing that matters in this world is goods and services. Everything else is accounting. And our made-up imaginary internet money is better than the government's made-up imaginary internet money. Both of them are only backed by the shared fiction of the humans believing that they have value.
If Hex is a religion, then Richard is God.
I'm in crypto for glory. I want to have the best cryptocurrency that's ever existed. I want to have the best performing asset that's ever existed.
And so I think of blockchain as like the internet. In the 90s, everyone thought the internet was just for email.
I bought some this morning.
They're imaginary quarters. Like, it's like playing Monopoly.
I put it all in. I went.
Like, all of what?
All of our house money.
This is a force that is not going to go away. The cryptocurrency is not going away. And at some point, the people that you met that you thought were crazy loonbirds, they're going to be in the 1%. And they're going to be the people that own half everything.
Wow, it sounds like it's going to be very good.
And now give your take on that. That was at the top. It was around 45 cents when that was filmed. People were getting onboarded at that point. A lot of people were getting a lot of exposure at that point. That's why. Oh, snap. What's shaking and baking? And Maddie, if you want to come on, just tell me. I'll hit you with the link, brother. You're the GOAT. We're just talking about, hey, and you know what I'm pulling up next, guys? I have a special treat for Sam. Sam.
What is this? What is this?
We're going to be watching what got him banned from YouTube. So we're going to be watching the speech, 5 or 10 minute speech that got Richard Hart banned permanently from YouTube about freedom.
Well, talking about banning, what we had already mentioned, Bitcoin being potentially banned in some capacity in China, and the same thing in the UK. Did you see the thing that came out from the judge on the XRP case? Which could hold, like, it's obviously going to have some type of ripple effect, no pun intended.
Go ahead and give me all that information that you got.
Okay, so XRP is basically getting sued from the SEC, saying that it is a security, which means that the SEC wants to regulate it, right? And there was a motion to dismiss the case from XRP, saying that this just came out of nowhere. They never gave him any type of notice. The SEC said, "Oh, Judge, can you dismiss that? That's not true. Like, we got to get rid of that shit." And the judge was like, "No, I still have to rule on that." that's a good thing for the XRP case. I don't own any XRP. I don't know anything about XRP. I'm not saying you should get any XRP, but that has the ruling on this case is going to affect other crypto in the United States. So I found that fascinating. Like whatever the outcome is, if XRP is ruled as a security, then the impact might be people who are creating cryptocurrencies in the United States just move abroad to get outside of that because they don't want the SEC to come after them, period. And if it's ruled that it is not a security, then wow, it's going to really have a big impact, and we're going to see way more bullishness in the market. I wonder, and I'd like to hear what you guys think in the comments, and also Scott, what do you think? Could the outcome of that case be one of the catalysts that really starts the bull market off again? Because if the ruling comes back that it is not a security and XRP takes off a little bit, that's going to have
my take on that shit is that it's not like that. All the news is just news, and that's all it is, because the people that actually know what's going to happen know way before everyone else. Like, there's people that already know what's going to happen in that XRP case, and we're just like looking at articles and shit. But there's people with a lot of money that are already 100% certain, and they probably either have made their decision for or against it, and they don't care. Because it's just money, though, at the end of the day, and people just want money, right?
It's funny you say that about money, because there's some people that I know that are not necessarily, when they were younger, weren't necessarily doing some of the things the way that we do things today, and they've paid judges to get, do whatever that they needed to do to rule in a certain way. And when you think about crypto, DeFi, anonymous, I don't know anything about the case. I don't know who the judge is, but there's definitely a possibility that
what I hear is XRP is a freaking joke. XRP has been around for so long, and the people that follow XRP are so stupid.
I know nothing about it.
There's like an army of XRP people, and they have no idea about much, and they just want it to go up because they had it before. To be honest, when I see coins that are around all this time doing not jack shit on Ethereum, I don't expect much of it. I don't, because it's just we're moving in a different direction.
I've got to like dig deeper into XRP.
Hey, I owe Maddie Crypto some money. Maddie, if you could telegram me your Ether address, that would be extremely appreciated, so I can send you those funds. I literally passed out after the stream yesterday. I made like 6 messages and like a couple clips, and I just fell asleep. Like because I was on there for 4.5 hours. It was a wild show.
That's dope that you did that giveaway. That's awesome. And your channel is growing quick.
You think?
Is growing quick. Yeah. So I have a channel after my old channel got deleted that is about a year old, and I'm getting now maybe 150 to like around 150 subscribers per month, and you started about a month ago and you're at 300. So if it is about a month ago, that would be double the rate at which that my channel is growing, and I've got hundreds of pieces of content up over the last
year. Mine's just people that support me, right? So like I have guys that retweet the piss out of me on Twitter that have a lot of followers, so it's kind of like my support comes from that directly.
And that allows you to catapult way faster than just starting raw without having that community to support there.
I just got someone message me about a compromised wallet.
Okay, and
I hope I'm not sharing my shit. Fuck.
No, you're not. We can't see anything. There was something that I saw. Hedron. There's pay attention to where you're getting Discord or Telegram information, because there is a Hedron group out there that is scamming people. That is a fake Hedron group. So
thank you.
Be careful of
Can you write that tweet up? I'm telling you, you'll get publicity if you write that tweet up and tag the guys, because it is true and everyone knows that is on Telegram, but new guys don't. New guys don't know that shit.
That's how they get scammed.
No, that is they find the people that haven't fucked around with Telegram yet, or haven't fucked around with anything yet. They find the people. They find 1 or 2 guys. Guys, please, if people are messaging you about Bitcoin mining, investing long, anything, nobody will message you about any business deals that is legit ever. No one just messages people about business deals right off the jump. You just say, "What's up? How you doing? Great to meet you." Like, so just guys, please be super aware. You are a target. Everyone's a target. I've been hacked, and I've been brutally fucking feel like shit about it.
Yes. Also, news that is good news, because we've been talking about some stuff that maybe isn't, on the positive front. I finally got my first hex stake done. So I did 5, 5, 5, 5, and that's all done. I did that yesterday night, so we are good to go. I have that staked. The next stake I'll be doing for hex.
Well, I'll explain to people how personally. What was the sticking? Because this is important for feedback, because we all onboard like crazy. Sticking points. Don't tell anything about specifically what you were doing, but like sticking points, things that you thought were odd, things that you thought would be easier, harder, things that were great, things that were bad. Obviously, you know a lot now. What is your take? Buying hex for the first time, the buy wall. How hard is it? Give us your take.
So the things that I first ran into was like, okay, hex is already out. That means there's a lot of opportunity that is already taken off the table. So that's why I got into Pulse X. So that was the first thing I did before got into hex. I was like, I personally see more opportunity getting into something at 0 than getting into something at 2 years in, 2.5 years in. So that was the first thing. I was like, okay, hex is going to have to sit on the back burner. When I did go into, then I did liquid loans, because I was like, again, this is at 0. I think there's some potential there, whether we'll see what happens, you know what I mean, with that project. Then I was like, okay, let's get into hex. And to get into hex, it's not just like going to Coinbase and buying it and then transferring it to your MetaMask. It's more complicated, especially for somebody that's brand new, right? Like a month ago, I wasn't paying attention to crypto. Now I am. So I went through and I had to get it from Coinbase, transfer it to my MetaMask. Then I went through and transferred it to someplace else, and went through and tried to link it up to Matcha XYZ, and it wouldn't link up. And I tried that, closed it down, reset everything, did that multiple times, and it won't work. I don't know. I still don't know what the issue was, but I used a different DEX. I thought a DEX would be much harder than it really is. I think a lot of the stuff in crypto, Scott, is like those conversations with our parents when we're younger, where we think that having the difficult conversations is going to be this, and it's way easier. Or doing a certain project, and then it's way easier.
Well, just lying in general, guys. If you just lie, it makes your life hard. It makes your life very difficult. Don't lie about where you're at. Don't lie about how much money you have. Don't lie about how cool you are. Don't lie about how tall you are. Don't lie about how strong you are. Don't fucking lie, dude. Trust me. No one gives a fuck even if you do lie. I've lied before about shit, not online, more so like in my personal life, probably as a youngster. And it's guys.
Oh, share your picture. Share your picture. Share your picture.
Oh God.
We can't see it. And then
how many minutes do you have left?
I only have a couple more minutes, and then we'll get off here a couple more minutes.
I fucking want you to see this so bad.
Which one is it? Let's pull up Functional Crypto's thing. How long is this video here?
Too long for you. I'll watch it after.
Okay, or we could do it tomorrow.
Well, I also haven't seen it since, but like I'm gonna be on here for a little longer just because I have to be like, I feel like I need to put in a little, not 4 hours, but I'm gonna put in, to make sure if anyone comes in here, I say hi to them, watch a couple videos, and just keep trying to figure out what I should do moving forward. Again, guys, this is a very game planning time for me. Like I got to figure out what I'm going to do and if this is the approach I want to take and just everything, like I'm just, so if anyone has any suggestions, please, like if you have suggestions for like something you want me to do more, commenting on certain videos, I will pull up any video anyone wants me to pull up. I'm not aware of everything that's cool. So please let me know. I'd like to watch cool things too.
You can let this thing play. And then I'll just get off when I'm ready to go.
All right, and I'm gonna use the bathroom, but this is good. Fucking trust me.
This is the
video. This is the conference
thing anyway, and it devalues your savings anyway.
Can you hear it?
If you want to give human beings back the power that they used to have, now I'll give you another example. So we know that your right to privacy is totally destroyed. Right.
Just give it 5 minutes, and I'll make sure I say something between then and now.
Unreasonable search and seizure, Fourth Amendment right. But they just skip it and circumvent it because your privacy has already been violated by all the companies. So your cell phone provider already has a record of anywhere you've ever been. Your cell phone provider has a record of any girl you've ever called, even though you forgot their number and lost it. They still have it. And they're not the only entity that has it. There's government agencies that have it too. So the ISP has it, maybe the SS7 routing networks that they have agreements with have it, and then certain letter agencies in the government will have it too, even though they might not mention it to you. So everyone in the world knows what girls you've been talking to, but you'll forget. That's crazy to me. It's wild to me. Then they pass these laws. So they had the data retention law, which is hilarious. They capture all the SMS, capture all the emails. We have you'd have no privacy anyway because of cell phones. Everyone, and by the way, laws that make you click OK to every agreement that pops up. If you actually spent the time to read all the agreements that pop up, you wouldn't have a life left. It would be impossible. You couldn't function as a human being. Who made this law? Like now everything's just worse. They're going to steal all your data and use it however they want anyway. You don't have time to read all the stupid agreements. They're going to lose all your data regardless. Government agencies lose everybody's data. Credit reporting agencies lose everybody's data. Everybody that captures your data loses it. It's wild to me. And then you have security theater, right? Like, but I'm afraid to speak out about some of these things because I don't want to get censored. I don't want to get deleted, right? Like I wouldn't even talk about, I won't even say the C word because I've had my channel banned before over it. So like it sucks that we live in a world where freedom of speech is dead. It's dead. Your ability to talk to someone in customer service is dead. Your ability to have more freedom of choice, more features, better hours, it's all gone. Your privacy's gone. It's all dead. The only thing that's bringing it back is cryptocurrency. How can you have a right to privacy but have to beg a company to transact? How can you have a right to freedom but have the government instantly turn off your money without any due process or any charges whatsoever, instantly through executive action, turn off your money? How are you going to execute your right to freedom of movement, freedom of travel when you can't buy a ticket? How are you going to do that? Walk? How are you going to eat when you can't buy food? Bitcoin, Ethereum, Hex, Pulse Chain, cryptocurrency in general, we are making the world a better place in extremely vital ways that were so important. People sacrificed their lives for it hundreds of years ago to create the nation that most of the people that I'm talking to were born in and live in. The founding fathers died in order to give us these rights. And over the years, like boiling a frog, you just get it hotter and hotter and it never notices it's boiling. It never jumps out of the pot. This is what's happened to America and the rest of the world. I mean, the WEF, World Economic Forum, wants you to own nothing and be happy. But what it really means is someone else owns it, it's not you. Just like cloud computing. There's no such thing as cloud computing. There's just somebody else's computer that's not yours. They want you to have less power, less control. They want somebody else that you didn't elect, that you don't know who they are, to have more control and more power over you. And how does that work? It doesn't work well. Central planning has never worked well. Decentralization and emergent wisdom of the crowd is what makes efficient markets. It's what makes competition and excellence occur in capitalism. It's the driving choice is the driving power behind capitalism. And without choice, you will get these emergent monopolies that create horror for everyone. If you got banned off Google, Twitter, Facebook, do you exist? Do you exist? How do you communicate with people? How will anyone know that you exist when you're banned from these few companies? And people get banned randomly by AI all the time. And who can they talk to? Who can they call? Nobody, because they don't care. I wish that the horrible companies of the 1980s that people thought would come true, like OCP Corp from Robocop, I wish that those companies came true because at least they wanted you as a customer. At least they wanted your money. At least you could work around the evil and manage it. But in the cancel culture, where everyone's first movement is to remove all your speech, remove your ability to communicate, remove your ability to transact, remove your right to freedom of movement, remove your right to freedom of association, remove your right even to address the government for grievances. Like, this is the First Amendment. Cryptocurrency solves this. And back to the Russians, I feel so sorry for the Russian people and the Ukrainian people, neither of which individually.
That's very interesting. So he's not only talking about censorship in the live stream that gets him censored on his he's on somebody else's channel and gets his channel censored. And right at the end, Richard was talking about the Ukraine and Russia, and
I can turn it back on.
This is it's bad for the people in Russia and it's bad for the people in Ukraine. The money is going to flow out.
And the people in Russia are fucking scared. Dude, the people in Russia are scared. Not even the people in Ukraine. I mean, yes, of course they're scared, but like the people in Russia are scared. They don't want war. They're fucking people. Dude.
Correct.
People
they're
think
just normal
just
people.
Humans. They don't want war. I would be scared for my family and my life. And I mean, I would fight to the death for the right reasons, but I don't want that. Nobody wants that. No fighter wants to fight. It's just like, you know what I mean? It's just not how it is. We don't, please, guys, no. Please stop dropping bombs on people. That's not the way we should be doing this. Please. Nuclear war is a threat to everyone.
I do see, this will be the last thing, and then I'll wrap it up. I do see this as the darkness before the light. This is we're going to look back in 10 and 20 years, maybe 5, and we're going to see back that there is a dawn and the sun is coming up. And these times, like, and I believe this so much, like, you can't sell on the video here, but I literally have goosebumps because we're going through some very trying times with centralized things, whether it be governments or organizations like companies. And we're at a very dark time in history. And when we look back, the people always win. The people always win in the end, but there's casualties along the way, and we're at that point, and there's casualties, whether it's somebody deleting somebody off the internet, the government decides to steal their money, or whatever, some other atrocity like what's happening in Eastern Europe, where people are, there's a war going on, right? I see this as the darkness before the dawn, and whether that dawn happens in a year or 2 years or 3 years. But I do see this as we're going to look, this is what people are going to write history about, that the clowns that are in centralized government. Like, you have 192 organizations that control 8 billion people. Think about that for a second. 190.
All right, stop right there. Now I'm going to teach you something real quick. So a way to be super efficient with your content making is like that right there was a clip, right? You just clip that whole thing. You go boom, boom. You got, now I'm good at doing this, but you haven't started doing this yet, so you haven't got the intuitive for it. You have to go back and clip that exact part.
I just wrote down the 105 minutes so that I can take
105 minutes, and you just do that 45-second section or whatever it was, minute 15. Just cut it from the butt of your last point on both sides. Like, make it that whole point where you just said, and that's how you make content while you're making content. I've already screen recorded 3 things since I've started this stream that are preloaded for afterwards, guys, on my phone.
Oh, so how do you question? And then this is the last thing. So question. So you're recording it. You're doing a meta thing, right? So we're live streaming, and then while we're live streaming, you're actually screen recording on your phone portions of what we're saying so that you have content.
Well, when you start going on a tangent, I just mark that down on my paper right here. I just like write a little line which says I'm about to start writing. And then, yeah, I know, JR, they're coming at me. What can they do for me, bro? No one can censor me. I'm uncensorable because no one, I'm not censorable. I don't have any fans. But I mean, yeah, in the future, yeah, like I'm going to get, they might just ban me for it. But anyway, so then I write the time. And if I have fortunate enough that you're going to keep rambling, I usually just grab my phone, open up the YouTube, and just screen record it. And then I just cut it out. And then
put it into an app. And okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you for that tidbit. I'm going to actually do
That's how you do 5 pieces of content while you're doing your day worth of YouTube videos.
That's a great idea.
Very crazy thing. Now, guys, I'm a fucking weirdo, and I'm not trying to scam everyone and just OD do content, but this is how you be efficient. Like, I don't have a secretary or a fucking anyone to do this for me. But yes, I will. But right now, I need to do it. So, and I want my secretary to be able to do this the right way. So I got to figure out how to do it the right way.
Yes. Well, thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that. And Hex, for my, I'm just going to say hi to a couple people and then let you guys go.
Yes, please.
Hex, for my kids. Yes, I agree. That was great, Sam. Thank you. I appreciate that. Not great content, but more importantly, true. No, I understood what you meant there. Functional crypto, save you from yourself. Jim Rat, they may come after you for showing this. Unfortunately, I doubt it, but who the hell knows anymore? Just crazy, the erosion. Oh, they're also censoring private DMs. I don't know if I've shared this with you, Scott, but literally, if I try to share things certain related to certain shit, they will censor that on Instagram and on Facebook Messenger.
Sam, we have to become the richest people on earth right now. This is happening, Sam. You don't see the full scope yet. I do. I'm way deep in this shit. I'm talking all night to people for hours, all night. I streamed all night last night. Not on my stream, on Motley's stream. And after the stream was over, we sat in the green room and talked for 3 hours. And the flow never stopped. There's nothing. There's too much to talk about, guys. We're taking over right now. We're taking over the wealth transfer back to the people so we can provide platforms for ourselves. We don't need enough money to rule the world, but we do need enough money for devs and things that we need, projects, businesses. Guys, we're all going to be doing this together moving forward. I don't know what kind of projects I'm going to be getting into. I have a life's work ahead of me. A whole life's work, guys. I can do whatever I'd like. I could fucking build any website, do anything I want. I have the resources to do it now. I have the minds near me to do it now. It's absolutely incredible.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing your insights, Scott. Thank you for all the awesome comments, guys. And I've got to run, so I'll talk to you guys soon. Scott, I'll talk to you later today.
Dude, we got to move in together and vlog.
Bro, I have this. Yeah, we'll talk more, but I have this thing that might be coming through really big, and if it does come through, then we'll set that up, and yeah, well, let's move to a house on the beach. All right, peace.
Guys, I'm staying. We're not voting our way out of this, boys. Prepare accordingly. Guys, Chad, can you chime in more on that? What do I need to prepare? What do I need to do? Do I need to move out of the city? Should I sell my house, Chad? Guys, this is for real. And I know if my parents are watching this, they would say I'm being a fucking idiot. But guys, should I sell my fucking house and move for my OPSEC's sake? And for the fact that I live too close to the city and I already don't feel super comfortable in my house. Not that I feel like I'm going to get hurt, but I feel like, people walk around these motherfucking streets. Is my OPSEC important? Like, what the fuck, guys? I'm kind of worried about that. I mean, there's nothing at my house that I'll be worried about, but it's just more so like, you think so, Zach Taylor? Zach, I'm being really honest with you guys right now. Now we're getting really like intimate as far as this is. I'm a little bit scared because my trajectory is kind of quick. I tend to have a quick trajectory with these things, and I get in over my head sometimes. And I want to prepare, dude. I want to prepare. I'm not moving to Australia. I don't care where I move. I just want to restart. What's a credit monitor? The heck is a credit monitor? What is a credit monitor? All right, JR. JR, keep talking, please. Keep talking, JR, in the chat. I need your guys' advice on this. Guys, what do I do? I need your help, guys. I don't have all these alpha male fucking credit finance hacks. I don't know anything about this stuff. I just have crypto. I have a house. I'm not working anymore. Like, my life's a little different than most, but I'm willing to sell this bitch. Because my OPSEC is fucked up now. And I live in the fucking city. Like, I live near drug dealers. Flat Earth, I need help. My OPSEC is destroyed. And if any of you guys just don't come at me, please. Right now, I'm in a really kind of scared state. When did I use my real name? GRC. Watch Nomad Capitalist. Okay. Heard that. Sam always mentions that. So I'm going to, shit. Well, Sam has always been Sam. Sam's been all over. Sorry. All right, guys, keep talking in the chat. Please keep giving me advice. I'm going to read it. I'm also going to play this video while we're reading it, while I'm reading the chat. Well, I know, Zach, the thing is, it's already been done, dude. When I got into crypto, I was so reckless. I didn't care. I didn't have any money. I was just on Twitter saying all sorts of funny shit all the time. Dude, I'm 100% doxxed. Everyone that wants to know already knows my full name. To be honest. Guys, I'm kind of scared. I might have gotten in over my head with this shit. Not with the streaming and everything, just like with this hex and just like not knowing enough about OPSEC. Like I got to really start over right now, guys. Like I need to do this right. And I'm kind of sketched out. Because I'm just like a target now. Like I'm just an easy target. Okay, I'll start today, Crypto Gains Club. I will start today. I'm going to text him right now. Okay, guys. So my main concern is this house because I am tied to the house, right? I could rent the house out full and move, but at the same time, my house, I don't want it because I'm scared too much now. I just realized that I'm a target now and I have this fucking house. No, I know I will for sure. But like I live, and then there's other people that I live near that so stressful to me, guys. I've already gotten hacked once, so I'm super paranoid. Yeah, no, just as far as my security for my crypto, it's all good. My crypto security is fine. I have that all figured out 100% as far as I'm concerned. It's good. Like I feel comfortable with where all that stuff is. I have separate accounts now, separate computer. OPSEC means operational security. Don't take pictures of the front. Dude, my Instagram has pictures of everything I've ever done. Fuck. I'm fucking stressed out, guys. Sometimes I get this. I drink caffeine and I start thinking about my security because I get scared. Operational security means like making sure nobody like knows where I live basically and like can like fuck with me. Can you have guns? Everyone knows where I live. Yeah, but the thing is, Zach Taylor, my fucking house has so many attack vectors. If somebody really wanted to attack me, they could. Like my house is on the corner of a city. You know what I mean? Like it's just like you could be on any angle. I can't be on guard all the time. And I didn't realize this when I bought it. I never thought about any of this stuff. My Insta has none of my name on it. It has no names, but no, dude, I know none of my name is on it, but like there's pictures. I know. I'm gonna stop after today. I'm gonna stop. Crypto Gains Club. I'm gonna fucking stop. Seriously, I talk too much. I'm going to stop. I'm just gonna stop talking about it altogether, and I'll just DM Crypto Gains Club if I have questions. I'm gonna play this for a little, guys, while I read the chat.
They decided to go start blowing each other up, and let's be serious. One of those parties has a much larger blowing people up responsibility. You know, one team is playing defense, one team is playing offense. The offensive team didn't have to play offense. And then people make all these stupid, totally stupid analogies as though NATO were somehow equivalent to Russia. They're not. The NATO general can't order anyone to do anything. The NATO general doesn't have a button that he can press to fire missiles at anyone. He does not. The individual members of that treaty just do whatever they want. They don't have to do anything, literally, which is why they usually don't meet their obligations. They usually don't put up the 2% of their GDP they're supposed to in defense. And if something did happen to their neighbors, they can just choose not to do anything and be like, lol, which is the same thing they would have done if they weren't even the treaty organization. It's a membership. It's no more a membership than basically just being like, hey, we all kind of speak English and we all kind of have the same morals. So we'll just kind of try and back each other up if something bad happens. That's basically what the NATO agreement is. And that type of agreement has nothing in common with what is considered a totalitarian regime, where they very strictly control what is allowed to be said in the media and will put you in prison if you say the wrong thing. And I mean, have we forgotten that these people just straight up with like exotic chemicals poison people they don't like? They hit you with a polonium poisoning if they don't like you, and publicly with like a very identifiable radioactive signature. And so I love libertarians. We want the world to have more freedom, and they're so used to hating what the globalists like It's a good heuristic. It's like, oh, the globalists like it, I should hate it. But globalists like you to brush your teeth too. Occasionally they get something right. And so the opposite of globalism is not totalitarianism. The opposite of bad laws are not no laws. They're good laws. And so I hate to see people rush because they hate the globalists so much, as they should, that they fall into something that's even worse. Like totalitarianism is worse. Dictators are worse. Eating the bugs and having a social credit card score that can be revoked based on your political beliefs. Like you go to buy food and they're like, you can't buy food because, you said the wrong thing about the leading party. That sucks. But that's more similar to what they have in Russia than it is what they have in these Western countries. I mean, when you go on Wikipedia and you look at the perceived corruption index, all those Western countries that you think are woke, they have the best outcomes for their citizens by far. And then all the countries that you think are like hardcore, manly countries, they have the worst outcomes for their citizens. That's the reality. And so what I want, I mean, I wish I could be president. I wish I could make these decisions for people. And maybe one day, we can have that, right? Like maybe one day we can gather up enough economic capital to create a stronghold in a nation that we could have enough pull in. Or otherwise, I mean, look, African nations get created and get recognized, and they start from rather scratch every once in a while. So it is something that can be done, but it's surely not easy. And we've got a lot of other battles to win before we can do that. Political and economic change can be executed in existing governments. It just takes effort. And every time one of these bills comes into power that screws all of the normal people, right? So in the United States, they could just issue a tax bill because they already have all the data from your employer. They could just issue the tax bill and not have to play like, hey, guess what you owe us or go to jail. They could just issue you the bill. But by law, they can't do it because Intuit company that owns TurboTax and a bunch of other stuff, they made it a law so the government couldn't do that for you so that they can continue to charge you rent. That sucks. But because they paid the right lobbyists, they got a horrible bill passed. And so you run into this all the time where there are some people that get what they want out of the government, and it's very often not what is good for the people. Military industrial complex doesn't have the people's hearts in mind. Like they, they make money on conflict. The guys that want you to eat bugs, so stupid. Guys, we don't need to eat bugs. Every single nation that's like, once your nation becomes profitable, your birth rate falls through the floor, and you don't even replace what's lost anymore. You've got negative population growth in Europe. You've got negative population growth in China. You've got negative population growth a ton of places. You don't have to worry about this overcrowding thing. It solves itself naturally, right? You don't have to poison the people or, there's a lot of countries that straight up have programs to pay you to go on dates. They have this in Sweden. They have this in Japan. They will pay you to go on a date, hopefully, so you make kids. That's crazy. I wish people would pay me to go on dates, man. I'd find some time, So what's the summary of all this? The summary of all this is you can have the freedom to transact if you're in cryptocurrency, which is why you saw Ukraine beg for cryptocurrency to help them fund the defense of their nation. And they raised about $50 million doing it, and they used that to buy weapons to defend their country. Now, it's just handing people money in general is pretty risky. What if the
Okay, let me look at the chat for a second so I can answer some shit and tell you what my main concerns are. And if anyone's in here that hates me, fuck you. Shore up your house with security cams, buy guns, learn to shoot from professionals in the short term, think about relocating in the midterm. But you've got to worry about your name, so keep discreet. I got to talk to you in my DMs, Chad. Yep, I am going down the rabbit hole. Hexander, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate you always. Leverage the Hex community for tips. I just DM'd Wave 3 because you said that. Put the pen down. What pen? Oh, the weed pen? Oh, boy. I'll give you a free puppy so you can have a Barker, German Shepherd mix. You serious? Are you serious? If you give me one, I'll take it, and I'll take care of it. I used to be a dog trainer. Zach Taylor, I'll take care of it better than anyone could ever take care of a dog, and I'll pick it up from you, and I'll meet you, and I'll give you a handshake, and we'll get a beer. I'll buy you a beer and a steak. Hex Pulse Radio, this is the first time I've seen you. Yeah, I don't like... Ooh, the dog thing is perfect, dude. That might be the move, dude. You might have just nailed it with the dog thing. Because I used to be a dog trainer, and I've been too afraid to get a dog because I've been so busy. No, Hex Pulse Radio, we're just talking about like people knowing who I am. Ooh, finally, Ninja's back. Why you say I'm the worst? I am the worst with OPSEC, dude. I'm the worst. That's why I'm sure. That's why I'm asking you guys for help right now. Just get some Wi-Fi cameras. I'm more so worried about getting fucking guys. I got hacked before. I don't want it to happen again, and I feel like people know more than me, and I'm just like, fuck. I can only catch up to the info so quick, and I'm getting there. Don't get me wrong. I am getting there. But for fuck's sake. I just wish nobody would prey upon anyone. Be much better. All right, I'm going to be sending this out real quick to some people. All righty, let's see here. Boom. Boom. What do we got? Who else? Who else? Who else? Boom, 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 boom. If you're boom, 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 boom. All right, guys. Sorry for being so long. I'm going to put this back on. I've heard you live what you drive and your first name so far. Just saying. Yeah, I'm fucked. I'm fucked. Just sent a video of them. Just sent a video of who? What are your concerns? But I'm just paranoid, guys. I'm just paranoid. I don't know what I'm supposed to be concerned about. Okay, let me tell you where I'm at. I do not know what I'm supposed to be concerned about necessarily when it comes to security. All I know is I'm not supposed to have people know my name. People know shit. I know that probably. And what are they going to do with that information? Why would they want that information? What the fuck? Just, I don't even know what my concerns are, but everyone tells me that I'm being dumb. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. I just want to know what exactly to do. And I know I'm stuck to this house. Like, I live here. Like, fuck. Ooh, you did? Ooh. Oh my God. I want it. Can I come and get it? When can I get it? When can I come? When can I pick it up? When can I pick it up? What is CNA use the info of the Google? And then what are they going to do with that? If they have all that shit, what are they going to do with it? What the fuck are they going to do? When I come in here, they get fucking blown to shreds. Is it like more of like a hack concern? Is what I'm worried about. Hold on, I'm just sending some people. Boom, boom. There's that. Is there anyone I should have on? Well, I'll beat him with the shield. No, the real concern is getting robbed IRL. Dude, I know that. Dude, I know that. Jim, no, Ninja, dude, I know I'm told when I say I was kicked their ass, I'm just fucking kidding. Like if somebody wanted to come in here and get me, they got me, yo. What am I gonna do if I'm not ready for it? Like I fucking cook dinner, I fucking go outside, I work on the yard. Like if someone wants to run up on me, they can. Straight up. But what are they gonna do? Like, I mean, none of my shit's here. They're just gonna beat me to death. Yes, that is how I got hacked. That's how I got hacked. Well, it sounds like I have a dog now because this dude just literally offered me a German Shepherd. And I'm an ex-dog trainer, so I want that German Shepherd bad. Wait, can you keep talking to me, Zach Taylor, in my Twitter? Wait, are you being serious? Is he being serious, guys? Because I have a gun. But I'm hearing that I'm not supposed to get a pistol because I shouldn't register it to me. I'll show you the dogs on. I'll screen share the dogs right here. Oop. That's how you fuck your shit up, guys. I suck at life. Yeah, does anyone know anyone in real life that's been attacked because of this stuff? Damn, Zach Taylor, we should talk. Zach Taylor, we need to talk. Zach Taylor, we need to talk behind the scenes. Will you talk to me behind the scenes? Dude, I go live every day, Hex Orca. I go live every day at 11 a.m. EST. I'm live every day at 11 a.m. EST. Guys, Hex Orca's in here. What up? Dude, we're talking OBSEC, bro. Can I invite you on and talk OBSEC with me? I don't know, you're probably busy. You don't have to come on, but if I'm gonna send you a link, you hop on if you ever want to. You don't have to use your picture. I have questions. And I'm the spam master, so you're getting it. Hex Orca. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Yes, thanks, bro. Hey, guys. I like the person you wanted. Oh, my bad. Okay, then you don't have to talk. Then I didn't know if you're an expert, but you're expert on some stuff, but I guess not. That might not be your specialty. Yeah, I'm just kind of wondering if I should sell my house and restart Orca. And I was kind of asking everyone in here. Everyone's had great opinions on it. That's really all I'm asking. The long and short of it is that I live in the city in a house that I own, and it's like, should I just move because my operational security is? Well, then, Hex Orca, what's your value system? Can you tell me your value system? Like, give me a little spiel on your value system real quick in the comments, if you don't mind, so I can get more of a better idea. I know your vibe. Like, I've listened to enough of your stuff, but like, just on that particular would be great to hear. Oh, Hex Trafficker. My dog Hank died just not long ago too. He's in this picture right here. That's my dog. He's dead now though. That's my buddy. That's my buddy. That's my buddy. So. I think I was clicking on links. To be honest, I think I was clicking on links, and I really think that's what it was, but I'm not sure. But I can't remember either. Like, but I know all the things I did wrong. I did plenty wrong, but I don't know exactly. Rip homie, yes, for sure. Hector the Protector, thanks for stopping by, guys. I appreciate that. No, I know you're right, Orca, but don't connect your crypto device to any websites other than the ones you trust. That's it. Everything else is. It's a good point. Now, what about your like Hex Orca? What's your quick take? Thank you so much for your takes, by the way. Every time you mention, I'll take stuff like that into account. But what is your take on like people knowing your name and your shit? Like, what if I knew your shit and like everyone in the crypto knew like your first and last name? Would that be a problem? Like, if everyone knew your first and last name and where you live, would that be a huge problem? Brand Hammer. Yeah, dude, love you too, bro. Dude, I love Brand. I love fucking Brand Hammer. I couldn't live without Brand Hammer at this point. His stream last night, guys, check that one out. Really good. I watched the whole thing. Great to see you, Brand. I actually think number one, never discuss how much value you have in crypto and your assets. I agree. And it's nice that I got hacked because I just basically can say I'm wrecked for the rest of my life. I'm just going to say I'm wrecked for the rest of my life. There's never one time in my life where I'm going to be like, oh, I have a bunch of money. I'm just going to say, no, I got fucking wrecked. I'm concerned, guys. I'm fucking concerned. I have extreme concern. Yeah. Yes. Hashtag yes. Thinking about Brand Hammer's Chad tier manspreading at Hexpo. That was some of the most god tier fucking manspreading I'd ever seen. Fucking Balliot Brand was with a fitted suit on, looked like a pimp. Literally. Yeah, guys, I'm seriously concerned. Like, I'm fucking freaking out. Like, I don't have a job anymore. I'm sitting here thinking all day long. And it's not about the money. I'm just like, oh my God, my operational security, all my shit. Do I have to move? Like, and that's where I'm at. Like, I'm basically about to start asking fucking Hexkins if I can move in with them and sell my house. And whichever one fucking says yes, like, fuck yeah. Hopefully it's fucking Richard. I'll be like, Richard, dude, I'll clip all your shit. All day long, I'll clip your shit if I can live with you. Richard, if you're watching this, I want to move. Anyone, I don't have enough money to really like do much, but like if I sold my house, I could definitely move because my house has a fuck ton of equity in it. Yeah, so I'm just stressed out. I don't know. Like the only place I can vent is to you guys, right? Like, and I'm not going to talk about my specifics as much anymore, but just my, like, this is concerning to me. This is concerning to me. That's very concerning to me. I'm not going to say why. I'm just going to say it's concerning. Like, I'm just concerned. Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate all your kind words, Hex Orca, and all your advice. And I'm learning as I go, guys. I've been in crypto for 250 days, roughly. Maybe 350 days since I did my first buy. So this is all really new to me, guys. I'm learning literally all. I didn't know how to live stream 2 weeks ago. I didn't know how to make a YouTube channel 2 weeks ago. I didn't know how to make fucking clips 2 weeks ago. I didn't know how to make thumbnails 2 weeks ago. So I'm learning all this right now. And it's just like really important to me that while I'm still new and while I'm still at 20 active live viewers, which I love, it's way more intimate. It's way more easy to read the chat. It's like, thank you guys so much. Thank you for being here and actually listening to me and actually giving me advice. This channel is not meant for me to teach people. This is meant for people that like the way that I speak with others like Sam, we like to have these really thorough, long conversations about nuanced concepts. There's some guys that just like that information, and that's what this channel provides. But I have to thank you. Yeah. Dude, I'm fucking passionate about this Hex Orca, and this has nothing to do with money for me anymore. And people say that all the time, but Orca, listen, hear me out here. Like, all these fucking grown-ass men with all these businesses say it's not about the money. You know it's about the money. We all know it's about the money at the end of the day. But for me, for real, like the random shit that I've gone through in my life, it just happens to not be about the money. I don't care. Yeah, I don't care about the money. I just want to, like, the truth is here to me. This is where the truth is. And it's like, yes, I am fortunate and I've made good money from Hex, and I feel like I could quit my job and just, I only need $800 a month to live, guys. So I really am not, I don't need much. So again, my lifestyle is different from a lot of other people's. Do not quit your job under any circumstances for any reason ever. I just did because my life has been a little different. But thanks so much, guys. Yeah, and I want people to know that I'm scared. Like, this is legit. Like, I'm struggling with the OPSEC thing long term because, guys, I'm getting like 100 followers on Instagram. I mean, on Twitter, like a day. Like, a lot of people, and I'm not, for whatever that's worth, like, I'm scared that some of these guys are going to attack me. And then I started learning about hacking, and then I'm like, but yes, I am a small fish, like, which is the best part. Exactly, dude. Exactly, dude. No one can fuck with me. I need $800 a month, Orca. Come on. Like, if I have $800 a month, I can sit here and do what I love, and that's all I want. Yes, I want to be able to go on vacation in a couple years and do stuff like that, but I'm paying my dues now, guys. I want to buy in. I want to do the whole thing. Hey, do you have like a resource brand? Get an 8-channel exterior camera system, plenty of freedom seeds, and armory, and move when you can. You think that? So that's what you think? You need some basic homeowner security. Don't start with what you do. Out exterior lights and Wi-Fi camera. The dog. Hector the Protector. Thank you so much, guys. I'm going to play this clip for another minute while I use the restroom, but I don't like to walk away while there's not a clip running because that's not good radio. And Adam Carolla taught me to have good radio.
The other team wins. Now that's their stuff, right? What if the guy that ran that account just decides to defect? Like, there's so many. Just handing people money is like a super risky situation. So cryptocurrency was invented to get rid of counterparty risk, and paying people and hoping usually doesn't work out. Usually, but what it does show is that cryptocurrency is so important to the future of the world that nation states are begging for it. And when nothing else works, let me tell you what happened to Russia. If you're normal Russian, let's say you're normal Russian grandma who retired, 65. Now, let me tell you the products and companies that you can't interact with in Russia because of a decision made far, far outside your sphere of influence. Here's the companies that have pulled out of Russia: Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Rolex, Ferrari, Lamborghini, Pepsi, American Express, Visa, MasterCard, Spotify, Netflix, Disney, just about everybody. What did that 65-year-old lady do to deserve that? Nothing. Not a thing. She's being victimized twice. She's being victimized once by the government. She's being victimized once by other governments. This lady's having a really bad time. It ain't pretty, right? Now you could say, look, this is an alternative to try and prevent a more harsh, like having a temporary suspension of products you don't really need, but kind of want. Like, you don't really need Coca-Cola, but apparently a lot of people like it. Cryptocurrency solves this. If American Express, Visa, and MasterCard not only are unwilling to allow you to transact, but also go down sometimes, and also charge a 1% fee on the entire GDP of the world, basically, and remove your freedom, remove your anonymity, remove your privacy, cryptocurrency can solve that. And general crypto is not private. You got to work for it. But if you do want it, you can have it. You can have privacy in crypto if you want it. You can't with a credit card. So cryptocurrency solves the right to transact, which is the right that underpins and backs your right to freedom of movement. You got to be able to pay for it. Freedom of speech, you got to be able to pay for it. You need an SMS to sign up for everything. You got to pay for that. It's like their version of proof of work, buying an SMS, or buying a phone number that has an SMS. And privacy, freedom. Why did my camera just drop? I guess my feed's still good on your end. So you got privacy, freedom to transact, freedom to move, freedom to redress your government for grievances.
Yeah, so how long are we in here? Is there anything anyone wants me to cover? Is there anything anyone wants me to cover, or maybe things that I'm missing, or maybe there is like an article, or I'm going to go over to Richard's tweets, make sure I didn't miss anything. Probably look on the Hedron price really quick. How's everyone doing? Anyone else have any concerns? Oh, no. Don't be retweeting my stuff from yesterday. Gets people confused. Ooh. Cover the latest sacks. I don't know if I really want to get into the Power City sack yet, because I just messaged Lit. Yo. I just messaged Lit, see if he wanted to come on. So the EU decided fuck yeah. So the EU decided they aren't voting to ban or not ban proof of work. Do you think proof of work will be banned due to I will give my opinion on this right fucking now, and I have a strong opinion on this. Great question. No, they will not ban proof of work completely. But geopolitically, socially, it's not going to be the cool thing to do. Bitcoin is a 13-year-old product. That's all there is to say to it. It's not how energy is used anymore. People are getting away from that way. And as things move forward, as things go, Bitcoin will gain less adoption over time, I think, because proportional to the amount of Bitcoin is made, more energy has to be used. Therefore, it's a geopolitical fucking nightmare. They can't do anything about it. So, but the money that's invested in it, like, it's there, but I think there's a slow bleed out. Why not? Everyone thinks Bitcoin's set in stone forever. Why? Is it really? It seems shitty to me. I've never bought Bitcoin but once, and the transaction took me 7 hours, I think. Or it was like once and like, what's up, Hexy Cat? How you doing, guys? Everyone, great to see everyone. So happy to be here. What an honor to be in front of anyone talking about Hex, my favorite thing to talk about ever. Guys, if I get lit gains on here, I mean, if I get my life is lit gains. I always forget. If my life is awesome is messaging me wondering he maybe want to come in here. He might not come in here, but I really want to talk to him. The guy's been going through heavy shit. So like whatever he wants to do on his time, he would never have to jump in here. If my life is awesome would never have to, if you're watching this, just don't jump in here, dude. I know you're going through so much. Emotional stress is legit. But if you are bored and it's something that you would enjoy, of course, come on. You're one of my favorite guys by a fucking long shot. Yeah, let's see if he'll come on. That would be great. Soft squeeze proof of workout. Can they perhaps adding flavor fundraising approach could be considered to your channel? Provide a Hexagon health section recording meal prep. Yeah, Orca, you know, great question. Orca, you're fucking great. I wish we could talk right now. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask and I'm a gym rat. So thank you, Hexorca, for that comment. Okay, let me read a few comments and then I'm going to get to Hexorca's at the last note. First of all, so insightful questions, Hexorca. The fact, these are the people I like to talk to, guys. The guys that make insightful questions. That's it. Like the questions you ask, how important are they? And when you find someone who asks good questions, please just keep asking them questions. Let me go through the chat real quick. Maybe volunteer at an old age home. That way, your days will be filled with appreciation. That would. If I did that for an hour or two, I'd probably make my life a lot better, to be honest. All right, we have Human Hex Trafficker always up in here. Hex for my kids. First time in the chat. I really appreciate you coming in here. If you don't mind hitting the like and subscribe. We have good chats like this every single day in here. Every single day I'll be on here at 11, and we're pumping. Having a good time mostly. And Sam comes in here and all my friends come in here. It's so good. Frack, welcome to the chat. I appreciate you. Oh, I think some Hexicans would donate for healthy content given your contributions. See, that's Hex Orca. That's such a fucking good thinking stuff right here. Okay, let me think. So I've done bodybuilding, dieting, hardcore for 7-8 years. I know the ins and outs of it. I go to the gym for 45 minutes 4 times a week now, and I don't even really watch my diet, but I'm honed in on my calories and everything. But I know everything about all that stuff for the most part, including prevention for health, heart disease. A lot of the stuff I really like to preach about health is more so about men's health and heart disease, because that's really the worst part of all of this is like the heart disease. Guys are dropping like flies from heart disease, and it's totally preventable. But yes, I can do videos of my meals, cheap meal preps for crypto nomads, like how to make $10 a fucking meal for a week. And then I can have my girl or like someone follow me around at the gym, and I could show everyone like my workout routine. And I could do that like once a week. So like once a week, maybe I can have a day where I do a video vlog and I like show it. And then I do a live stream for like 3 hours. And then I do like a free coaching thing or something. Like, I mean, there's a lot of ways you can do it, but perhaps an additional flavor / fundraiser. Yeah. So, but I'm also like really scared to like ask for funding for anything because there's so many like nuanced rules like within the Hex community that you can get shunned for, that I just don't like to even ask anyone for anything. But I mean, if I come out with this content and people like it, they might support it. But again, like I can only do so much at this time. I do have online clients too for other stuff. Delayed gratification and self-discipline are both Hexagon ideals. Facts. So true. I've always appreciated delayed gratification. I always thought I could outwork everyone. I knew I wasn't going to outsmart everyone right off the jump, but like I always had a feeling. I was like, I really want something. I can get pretty crazy about it. I'm going to play this again while I read some more comments. Look who joined us today, Keith.
What's up, guys?
Keith, do me one favor and turn your phone like this. Just switch it from this way to this way. It looks a lot better. Perfect, dude. You look
better.
Perfect. Damn, you're looking slim.
I'm on the mobile here.
How heavy were you at the top? Now you got to press unmute. You muted it.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Perfect, dude. Sounds perfect.
Yeah, hell yeah. What's up, guys?
Yeah, it's that easy, dude. It's that easy on the phones. It is nice that you can jump in on your phones. So right now, let me give you a little update. This is my boy Crypto Keith. He's Murder Sauce at Murder Sauce, and he is my boy from the Hex Telegram. The Hex Twitter Space groups, and now we've been streaming together. And I'm just trying to get guys like him to talk with me more. Not that some people suck, but like open-minded people that really like to dig into concepts. We were just talking about fitness and everything. Crypto Keith, you look very fit at this moment. How heavy were you at the top when you were your biggest?
Yeah, so let's see, I was at my heaviest, I was 237. And I'm 5'11. So technically by like height and weight standards, that's like considered obese.
Were you fat though? Did you have excess fat on you, like around your waist?
Oh yeah. I mean, I was a size barely 36, probably closer to like a 38 at one point.
Which isn't like crazy, but yeah, it's bigger.
Yeah. I mean, like I was struggling to fit into, I mean, I had to, over the years, it was getting worse and worse. But yeah, I mean, size. Hear me?
I lost you for a second.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
What's going on here?
Take your time and set it up for a minute. It's all right. I think Wales might be jumping in here. This is what I like to do all day, dude. Sorry. Yeah, Wales might come on. Well, he might not though. But Keith went from beefy balloon. Keith, get your freaking phone lined up. Boom.
Okay, there we go. Is that good?
That's perfect.
I got rugged.
Keep your hands off the phone. No, but seriously, okay, where were we right at the end of that?
Yeah, just basically, I mean, size 36, 237 pounds. I mean, dude, it was like, people were like, oh, you're just a bigger guy. And, if you look, I was actually just looking at photos of me like from 2020 when I was with my niece at the pool. And dude, I mean, you could just tell like the swollen face, the swollen neck.
Were you drinking alcohol? Chest. Was there alcohol consumption or was it mainly just food?
Oh, I mean, it was a terrible diet, overeating too. So like I got, I would smoke, I'd get high, I'd overeat because of that. And, I could eat an enormous amount of food, probably, one meal with 1,500, almost 2,000 calories per meal, like just an insane amount of food and daily drinking. Right. And you could tell like pudgy, swollen features, swollen neck, swollen waist.
What about the mental? What about the mental, Keith?
Oh, man. Yeah, I was miserable. I was depressed. I was, lonely. Like everything pre-COVID was like this all-time high. Like a lot of things were going really well. I was, dating several different girls. I had a new girlfriend, and then COVID hit, and then just shit started going downhill. And then the drinking got really bad. And then one day I was just like, screw this, and I cold turkey on the drinking, and had all this extra time after work. When you don't go to the bar right after work, you could, you have time. So I was able to go to the gym. And yeah, dude, it's just crazy because like what takes you, 15 years of abuse and bad habits and, terrible diet, alcohol consumption, I don't personally, do any kind of drugs or anything, but I know that can also affect people. But what takes 15 years of abuse, to build onto your body and to put on all that fat and that weight takes 6 months to get rid of it. The human body is just absolutely incredible. Because if you just stay dedicated for 6 months, and when I say 6 months, I mean, rigorous exercise, 2 hours a day, at least 5 days a week. And I say 2 hours if you're trying to lose weight. You don't need to spend that much time in the gym. However, if you're trying to lose like an enormous amount of weight as fast as possible, if you're going and you're doing, 2 hours roughly of cardio, and you're keeping that heart rate in that 140 to 160 BPM range, you're sweating. I mean, I would walk out of these gyms drenched, completely
Keith,
soaking
what's
wet.
this fucking raw life story or give us your raw life story real quick. And if anyone has any comments about what we're saying, any questions about what he's saying, just drop them in there and we'll run through them. But I have a story too. You find out a lot of the guys in this community have a story because we all ended up here, right? What's your story? Did you have some humbling experiences in your life?
Shit. I mean, I went to college about 1,000 miles away from where I grew up. And, I grew up in kind of a little small town, a little small community. And, we all kind of just played by the rules. Like, yeah, we did a little drinking here and there. And yeah, we did a little smoking here and there. But, it was not a main city. I was probably, about an hour away from a big city, just kind of out in the rurals. And so, I just grew up in my little tribe, my little community of people. And then, when I went to college, that's when I had left and went, 1,000 miles away from my parents. So no parental supervision, just my own minimal life experience. I learned some really hard lessons really on freshman semester. I'm not going to dox myself, but where I went to school is like a very prominent, big time city for partying and certain huge events that we partake in. But I was 18 years old, able to walk down the street to a bar and buy shots, which is pretty crazy. Not sick. A lot of other places have that. So I learned some really hard lessons.
Where were you in fucking Virginia?
Well, I was in Virginia. Yeah. I know you had mentioned that you've been to Baltimore and all that. Yeah,
I've lived all around the DC area, the DMV basically, which is DC,
so
Virginia, Maryland.
Yeah, so I was in Loudoun County. Very small little tribe. Alcohol is controlled by the state. It's not really like it is in other parts of the country. And so I left and I got thrown into the ringer early on, man. Learned some lessons about just how to handle myself, how to talk to people. I'm meeting people from all over the world too. I mean, this area is a melting pot down here. And so it was pretty interesting, meeting all these kids from different high schools and backgrounds. I just, went through college, learning some shit and, thought I had it figured out and get to post college, get a couple of corporate gigs here and there. And then I bounced around and got another better job and then got fired from that job and made a ton of money. It's just a lot of lessons. I've been fired from a great job. I was making $80,000 when I was 24 selling liquor.
You look 26.
I pay my bills and just have all this.
You look like you look under 30. I don't really know how old you are.
Yeah, I'm probably right around your age.
Are you under or over 30?
Over 30, not by
okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, but we're around the same age. But that's pretty. I'm coming right up to where you are. I'm a few years behind where you are as far as I've been beat up in life too. But as far as me learning the actual meat and taters of what's going on here, I'm diving in right now. But luckily, I found Hex just like you did.
Yeah.
It really cuts the fat off of all this shit.
I got some older buddies that they're like, holy shit, I wish. And there was a guy in our Twitter space just recently that was 18 years old. And he just found Richard Hart, just got into Hex last year. I was like, dude, that's awesome. I wish I had found Richard when I was 18. That dude's life is going to be, crazy.
Yeah, but we're in our early 30s and that's as good as it gets. I mean, I'm not over 30, but we're right in the sweet spot. Because we're old enough to capitalize.
Right. Well, we're at the point where, fortunately, we probably all have jobs and we're all able to, invest a significant amount and, especially into Hex. I'm sure folks sacrifice for Pulse and PulseX. It's kind of one of those, you gotta have money to make money. Well, you gotta make that initial money first, right? Whatever your hustle is. I've just been in sales now for 8 years. Actually, really probably closer to 11 years now, if you think about it. Didn't really make a ton of money in my previous gigs, except for
How
that
do you
one.
like the gig you're at now, just as far as quality of life, not like specifics?
Oh yeah, I mean I'm a a strategic client development manager essentially. So I work with organizations that have 150 to several thousand employees, and it kind of gives me this flexibility. But I've earned the right to be where I am now, especially with this specific company, because I started at the very bottom, entry level, associate district manager level, in another division, in like a small business service division, and just worked my way up the ladder, got promoted 4 times, and then boom, took a promotion again, went to another division. Now I'm working with larger organizations. So, but there was a period of time, dude, when I was putting in 80 hours a week. I'd get in the office at 7. I wouldn't leave till 6 or 7 every day. And I was just on that grind, dude. It was just like new client, new sale, new client. Like, let's go, turn it in a new order, turn it in a new account. And so, I kind of earned my keep from that regard. But, in terms of crypto, I got my ass handed to me last year. Been in crypto a little over a year.
Talk about
now.
your crypto experience and when you first made the leap and what's gone on since then.
Yeah, so I got into the stock market kind of like towards the end of 2020, and then started playing heavily in early 21, and actually had made a decent bit of money on one particular stock. Just got in early at like $2. The stock went to $11, and I literally did like a freaking, I don't even know, like a 6 or 7x on my investment, which is rare. You never do that in the stock market. But because I was having all this success with the stock market, I was like, oh yeah, like, let me look at crypto. Oh, and everyone was freaking out about the Dogecoin thing last year, and I'm an asshole. So I got into all that and bought the top of everything. I got Coinbase, I got Robinhood, deleted Robinhood.
How high are we talking on that Doge price?
Oh, dude, I'm an idiot. I bought the top at like 37 or something.
Elon fucking grabbed your ass.
Yeah. Social media did. Social
media
media did too. Like, social media was everywhere. It was in my face. Doge. And I was like, oh, okay, crypto, whatever. Got Coinbase. Started buying this. I bought Ethereum. I bought the top of Cardano, which was like that pisses me off still to this day. I bought Cardano at like 214 or some crazy shit. It was awful.
I bought Polkadot at 42. I think.
Yeah.
I bought Polkadot at 42, like 10 grand worth, I think, or like 5 grand worth at the time, which was like all I had to like spend. And like I was watching everyone, and everyone said Polkadot's legit. This was before I knew really what the fuck was going on. Like I was still just browsing the internet, had my first money. Yeah, so I don't mention that in my success story ever, but yeah, there was a $5,000 Polkadot purchase at $46, I believe, and I think it's $26 now. Yeah.
Oof. Yeah. So I'm buying all the tops, all this crap. Dude, I bought Ethereum Classic. It was just like the stupidest shit that I was buying. I was just seeing, and I was like, oh, I guess I'll buy that too. And then Bitcoin, China banned Bitcoin mining in like April, May or something, right around there. Everything took a shit. Everything, I started losing my ass on everything, and my buddy like just wouldn't shut up about Hex. He was like, "Yo, check this out, Hex." I kept going to the website. I watched the videos. I was like, "What is this? This is cool. I like the graphics, but I don't know." So I kind of pilly-pattied around for a little bit, and then finally got into Hex. Downloaded MetaMask, and got into Hex around like, I don't know, it was probably around like April, May last year. And I just started pumping money into that and started going.
Who was your first exposure?
What do you mean?
As far as watching, like who was the first person to mention Hex that you could see it or like noticed it?
I was actually a good buddy of mine, like one of my best friends from college.
Wow.
Yeah, and he had a friend who I guess apparently is some kind of OG. I've actually never met the guy or talked to him. I don't think he's definitely not on Twitter, and he's definitely not a streamer on YouTube. But he put I don't know, apparently he put a lot of money into Hex in December of 2019. Like a lot of money. And yeah, when it went to 51 cents this past summer, the dude was able to retire. So it's one of those like stories you hear about. just a classic get in early thing. But
yeah,
but
we're
yeah,
all,
so
don't forget, guys, we're all about to get in real early on some stuff. And isn't it funny that people think we're late? Like I was talking to guys and they're like, I don't know if I should, we missed it on like shit that's not even out yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is
it's
going on? There's FOMO about being late for shit that's not out yet. Like, what marketing superpowers are going on over here? Like, everything that's going on here, guys, you have to prepare yourself. What I want to preach to everyone is prepare yourself. If God decides, I'm not a huge religious dude, but I just say God as like some overarching theme. But if God decides that you are rich as fuck, you have to be, you're either going to be good or bad with it, right? Like, learn how to be good. Learn how to have positive habits that you've developed before you have any money so that you're ready. Like, I spent my whole life, I didn't know why I was doing everything, but I knew it was important to get these habits where these rich people had these habits. They woke up early, they went to bed early, they studied all day, they didn't want to work for anyone. I was paying attention the whole time, like learning and listening. Guys, like Hex is just this, we're here early. Prepare yourselves for the future. I want to prepare myself for anything that's going to happen mentally so that if I do get a lot of money, I don't turn into some fucking scumbag.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it happens, doesn't it, Keith? Like, we've all been there.
Oh, I mean, a complete asshole. I mean,
yeah, I've been there too, fucking doing whatever I want, thinking I'm the fucking coolest dude in the fucking town.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, I've definitely, like, I've made better financial decisions, than what I've done the last few years. But, it's a work hard, play hard mentality, right? So, like, yes, I went to my job, I fucking killed it. I got commissions and I went apeshit ham, I've got a Harley, I've got, these things that, some people there's like, yeah, that you're materialistic. Well, you know what? These are hobbies. And I don't like just buy useless things. I buy like high quality brand things that I'm going to use the shit out of, right? And so the ROI on my bike is, the amount of, like, R&R, whatever you want to call it, stress relieving, whatever. I mean, there's something about just twisting the throttle and rolling out that's just, it's super cool. But I mean, at the same time, it's like, look, if you want something, set a goal. And when you hit, work your ass along the way to get that goal. Once you achieve the goal, go reward yourself, right? Like, what's the point of working so hard, to have your money get, burned away in a checking account or a savings account? Like, obviously there's better ways to put your money to work. Hex, eventually Pulse, when we can delegate with validators, and Pulse X, you can stake to earn yield. I mean, dude, it's incredible, the opportunities that crypto provides us. And I wish I had, applied myself earlier on, and had that same mentality of like holding for long term and getting in on the ground floor of brand, new products, that mutable code, no admin keys, that.
And for everyone who's watching that has no idea what the fuck he's talking about, just know there are people out there that are willing to teach you the real information and try and help you avoid being scammed. Those people happen to be us too, but there's many, many more. They're not the easiest people to find in the world, but if you keep digging, follow guys like me, follow guys like Crypto Keith, follow Balliet Brand, follow all these guys. There are people out there on the bottom floor of all this stuff, and we want to do authentic stuff because we know how fortunate we are. And I don't know what I'm really mean by this, but just know we are giving people real information, and we're getting told that we're fucking scamming people, telling them to trade. And the reality is we're trying to tell people what the fuck is actually going on here. And everyone else just wants you to lose money. Keith could give a fuck if you make or lose your money because he doesn't know you and he's not profiting from you. So we're just giving information out to whoever is in a position where they can learn it. And that's kind of what I want to do here is I just want people to realize by having dialogues like this, like this is real shit. Like, we're not fucking fake people, guys. We're invested our life savings into this stuff, crypto, being better people, eating properly, These are all the same stuff, guys. You have to be a better person altogether. Most of the shit out here, 90% of it's scam, bullshit, fucks.
Yeah, dude, I actually just had a buddy of mine, literally earlier today. He hit me up, said, "Hey, yo," he's like, "Yo, check this out. Should I send $5,000?" I was like, "Dude, no, 100% a scam. Like, do not send. There's only one sacrifice. There's two sacrifice addresses. Both sacrifices are done, so you cannot sacrifice anymore. And if anyone's telling you to, oh, hey, for today only, send us, whatever, you can get your pulse chain on sale today. I'm like, dude, that's a scam. Like, no. And he was like, whoa, bro. What, he's like, I'm just trying. I'm like, dude, no. Like, everything is a scam. Do not trust anything other than what's a Richard Hart official. Right now, his YouTube's down. Hopefully we get that back. But, only stick to where the official RH tweets are. Richard Hart win. Richard's calls and Telegram, the Hex Telegram, Pulse Chain, Pulse X. Like, do not send any crypto money or currency to any other address out there. Be very careful about where you send. Do not give your keys away to anyone. If someone hits you up in a DM on Telegram or Instagram or whatever the gram or whatever app you're on, it is 1,000% a scam. Stay away from it. Do not send any money. Do not connect your wallet to anything you're not comfortable with. And if you have questions, join in the Hex spaces on Twitter. We have them every day. Shout out to my boy Famous.
Yes.
He runs them 24/7. Hex is the Way is usually co-hosting. Hex is the Way, shout out. Dude is a wealth of knowledge. Everyone else in the Twitter spaces, of course, Trap, Mad, CSC, Cowboy.
If you have
Hexy,
any
Sequoia, I can go on and on and
question,
on.
they will answer it. Legit. Like, yes, if you're literally going in there curious about a question, they will answer every time. But if you're going in there and shelling shit, they're going to rip you in half. But if you have a question about anything, like getting your shit from your, getting the Hedron from the fucking Gnosis safe shit that everyone's been struggling with. There's so many people funneling in there. They just want to help people do things smoothly and see how everything operates and make sure it's all working. These people are watching over everyone.
Yeah, I mean, when I was doing that, when I was claiming they're actually minting Hedron, I ran into an issue with I was using the Gnosis Safe front end, and I ran into an issue with the gas, and the transaction was failing. And shout out to my boy Jay Future, 38% came at me and helped me kind of fix some of my gas limits and my the advanced parameters. So it can be a little complicated, but you guys out there that have stakes through Staker app, David Feeder, Feder, has a really good how-to video, like walks you through what to do for Staker app. There's only one part of that video I don't like, where you have to actually type in your seed phrase into MetaMask for your Staker app. So you probably want to use a hardware wallet. So migrate your seed word onto a hardware wallet. Hold up. To the front end that way.
You're telling me that you have to make that happen, you have to type in your phrases?
You can either type it in manually like he does. Well, he actually doesn't type it. I think he must have had his somewhere like pulled up or something, because he just like went right in the video.
Also, guys, remember, we all have multiple wallets. Like, you have, that's another part of security. Like, you don't keep all your eggs in one basket. I sent my Hedron to a separate wallet with Ethereum in it just because. I just wanted to. You could migrate your Staker app seed phrase, 24-word seed phrase. So you could put that 24-word onto a hardware device, and then connect your hardware device to a new MetaMask, and then fund that MetaMask with a little bit of ETH, and then go in and connect to Gnosis Safe and start following all of his instructions. So if you don't want to type in your seed phrase, which again you shouldn't do, I only did it in that instance because I'm actually moving away from that particular address on Staker app. So I was like, whatever, this will make it easier. I'm just going to do this quick because I'm not going to use that. I had a stake ending. All I needed to do was mint my Hedron, and then end the stake. And now all of the Hedron and Hex is all moved out to a brand new wallet. And by the way, this past weekend was pretty crazy. I did like 9 or 10 transactions, and it cost me less than $20. Like, I was up really late night, Friday night, and dude, it was like crazy cheap. I was like, were you buying stuff, or were you doing Hedron transactions?
It was mostly, I was swapping ERCs through Uniswap. I was moving assets from different wallets to new wallets. But it was like, it was like 9 or 10 different transactions, and each one cost me, it was like the whole night was like less than $20. It was amazing. And I was able to move like from ETH from one wallet to another because the fees were so low. But I will say everything took like 5, 10, 6, 5, 7, 8 minutes. It was like several transactions failed. So, I'm not being an advocate for Ethereum, but the fees being low is nice, but how long and how clunky, and when you send your crypto off, you're like sitting there watching Etherscan pending, and you're just like, is it going through? What's going on? Where's the money? But with Pulse Chain, dude, it's like you click send, you can't even switch over to the tab with your other wallet fast enough, and it's already there. I mean, it's much faster. So I'm really excited for that. But
give us your take, because Murder Sauce is a freedom fighter, so he knows things about the freedom world. And Richard Hart, just give me your fucking take on what he said. Is that the reason he's banned? I don't even know if that's the reason he's banned, but we kind of were watching the Hex conference stream right before you got on. So we kind of just watched everything he said, and it was pretty rough what he was saying. He was calling motherfuckers out. He really was. Like, he really, really was. Like, he was saying names, companies, like, broad stuff like Google, fucking shit like that. Like, he was. Yeah. So when you start getting into that, but he was on someone else's channel. Anyway, what's this whole thing about? Like, everyone's like, before it got reinstated, but this time it won't. Is that why won't it get reinstated this time? Do you know any of this shit?
I mean, there's some folks out there that think that it's just negligent negligent monitoring of algorithms and spam bots on YouTube's part, and they think that it's not, this is just like negligence. Could be, it could be that somebody was spamming his account or spamming in the chat or something, and it triggered a red flag, and that they banned it or pulled it off. But usually it gets reinstated. I'm thinking it's a little bit more sinister. I honestly have a feeling that there's certain things happening from a development perspective with this blockchain. Mean? What's that?
What does sinister mean?
Like evil, like malicious.
Oh,
like,
so you think it might be a little bit more malicious?
Oh yeah, I think I feel that it's like we're getting close, and like this is like a kind of a last ditch attempt for the gatekeepers, people in power, central exchange, everyone that's got everything to lose with this Pulse Chain happening. That it's like, somebody may or may not have paid somebody at YouTube to be like, hey, delete that channel. There's we can't let this out or something. Cite your community policy violation clause, blah blah blah. Like,
how do you think this affects?
Why would they ban his channel? He doesn't monetize off of it. He hasn't sent it. It hasn't been hurting anybody. When there's these other scammers, these other YouTubers who go out and show these shit projects and these promise coins, and they get rugged, but they're still okay. They still have their YouTube.
It's sick.
But Richard's
YouTube
YouTube is not monetized. It's free. There's no ads, and it's nothing but great, like, financial advice, personal advice, like self-help videos.
You're so right. So sick.
It makes you fucking question the whole thing, man. Like, why?
That's why everyone's like, why are y'all so paranoid? Why are y'all so paranoid? Like, are probably my parents, at least. They all think I'm fucking paranoid freak.
Yeah, no,
because I am, motherfuckers. I am a paranoid freak. Like, because everyone is lying to us.
Right. And they're gatekeeping, and they're holding everything back. They're not letting the news out. They're trying to FUD the whole thing, dude. It's like, it's just, it'll be an interesting, battle ahead. Right now, it's really difficult for onboarding because, it was like difficult to onboard to Pulse Chain and Pulse X because technically it's a website with an address. There is, we have a test net and we have a Uniswap front end, but you can't go in and, most people out there aren't going to know how to like change their RPC settings and go play around on the test net and go to the it's just not really,
or why to even do that and what it means. Like,
right.
Yeah.
So like, we'll have a lot of work to do right now. It's just, it focuses is Hex, and especially, now Hedron too. So, once you get people involved in Hex, great. And then you start telling about Hedron, and then Pulse and Pulse Chain, or Pulse Chain and Pulse X. But yeah, dude, I think we've got a big battle ahead of us. Because they're not gonna be able to prevent Richard from launching, but they can try to suppress Pulse and Pulse X, and Hex, really, for that matter, just like they've been doing for years.
It only
So I think
makes it
we're-
more explosive when it does, though. It makes it crazy, guys. The FUD is like a buy wall. It's
yeah,
like
I'm just hoping that this is a good, like, I think I hate to say him getting banned it's not a good thing, but it's good because it means we're getting close, and it means like the wrong people are starting to be like, oh shit, like we're scared, like this is happening, like we can't control this, just like they can't control Hex. Why do you think Hex is not listed on any major exchange anywhere? It's number 201 on CoinMarketCap. Like, there's a reason why people don't want the world finding out about Richard Hart, Hex, Pulse Chain, PulseX, because these are superior products that were not created by the central exchanges, powers, hedge funds, VCs, governments, banks, whatever. And so, I just think it's interesting that, the MetaMask thing happened a couple weeks ago. The Infura,
what
site.
exactly happened with MetaMask?
Well, it was Infura. Infura was essentially like restricting certain countries from accessing their servers, and so that's how like MetaMask was looking at, like, was like cutting off people's addresses and access to. But what's interesting is that PulseChain.com was flagged as a Ethereum phishing scan, and it's interesting because there were some developers that were like testing something, I think, with like Snapshot Labs or Fork Labs, Snapshot Fork Labs, something like that. And it was like, every day and every time we test something new or we get that next step closer, something else happens, like something big, like they ban YouTube, or they pull Richard's YouTube down. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know. I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, but
it's not a conspiracy theorist. These guys are losing money to Richard. At the end of the day, they're losing money to Richard, and they know it, and they know how bad and fast it can occur. And they're greedy people, so if they lose 5%, they're pissed.
Right.
Like, it's not like if we're not talking about 100% at any time. Ethereum is going to last for a long time, I'm sure. But Pulse Chain is better, legitimately, and people will click over to Pulse Chain intuitively. All these NFT dudes will start. Like, these NFT dudes are looking for anywhere where they can mint their projects where they're fucking not getting paid $100 to do it. These are broke kids. You know what I mean? They're all broke, wrecked kids. They just want to do artwork and send it and see if they can make 0.3 ETH or do the whole thing or whatever.
Right.
But at the end of the day, adoption will be automatic because it's literally the same thing with better fees and faster and created by someone who already made a project that went up significantly and is 100% transparent.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the airdrop. I think when we take that fork, when Richard finds the exact block height that he wants, and we actually fork and we go live, it's really going to be that airdrop of all those ERC, PRC counterparts. That's going to bring people over because there's like 190 something million, almost 200 million unique Ethereum addresses, non-custodial addresses, right? That are going to get airdropped their PRC 20s. So it's just a matter of time before they find out that, oh wait, what? And they just switch over to Pulse Chain. Maybe best case.
And hold on to your bags, guys.
Update. Well, you just click, instead of it being Ethereum mainnet, you can just click and go to Pulse Chain mainnet. You're going to have to connect your RPC settings at first, but hopefully, there'll be a quick toggle button, because there's gonna be people out there that probably don't know how to change their RPC settings, right? They're just going to connect the MetaMask and it's going to be Ethereum, and then that's what they know. But yeah, so no, I think it's going to be the airdrop. I think that's what's going to bring the communities of people over that already have ERCs in a non-custodial wallet. And I think that's going to help. That's going to help drive, a substantial amount of the adoption.
People don't understand how social a lot of this shit is. Like, a lot of this shit is social, but at the same time, a lot of it is financial as well. So, like, a lot of this, there's going to be a lot of dumping that goes on early on with all these PRC 20s for sure, because people don't even know what's going on. But guys, make sure you hold on to your freaking shit. Hold on to your stuff. Do not sell your bags, especially if you're a smaller player. I'm not saying you can't sell your bags, but don't get fudded out of your bags early, because there's a lot of price action. Like, there is going to be a lot of price action movement for sure. I mean, come on. It's probably going to be upward, let's be honest, But the first week, everyone knows it. New projects, there's dumpers, right? Like there's dumpers, and you got to get them out quick. But at the same time, guys, prepare yourselves for this. This is going to be insanity what's going on. The projects that do 46Xs and 200Xs and 300Xs are shit, and they go down every other week. And those layer ones do fucking amazing price action, and they suck.
Yeah, it's
and they suck. They're not even good. It's not even like, oh, look at all this competition, so hot. It's like, oh, we don't even have to do anything. They all just go down.
Yeah, and the well, all these other chains, these are all heavily backed by VCs and big money and central exchanges. So it's not, it's not hard for a new layer one to get uplisted to a major exchange, right? But the problem with Pulse and PulseX and Hex, for that matter, too, is that it's not controlled by them. They don't have any say in anything. They can't manipulate it. They can't control it. They can't stop it, and they can't. All they can do is market buy on day one or whenever they feel day 30 or day 60, whatever. And I welcome it. I welcome big VC and bank central exchanges to buy my Pulse chain, buy my PulseX, buy my bags. Like, hell yeah, we'll set the prices, we'll determine the rates. Like, oh, government wants to create a CBDC, perfect. Well, you want access to our ecosystem, you're gonna have to bridge in, and we're gonna tell you that your fucking CBDC is gonna one of our PulseX, to get one of our PulseX or one of our Pulse chain, you're gonna have to swap 10,000 of your CBDCs. Like, we'll get to determine that. So, but I do want big institutional buying of Pulse chain too, for sure.
What's up with this Hex Trust thing?
Dude, I have not done enough research on it, but I know that, basically you're
you know what
they're creating
trust,
security,
can you just
right?
explain to me what a normal trust is? Do you know that? I don't know what trusts are.
I'm not the TradFi expert, the legacy expert, but cool. Essentially you're talking about like creating a security, kind of like Grayscale, where you can now bring Hex to a more, I guess, like broader market in terms of not necessarily centralized exchanges, but you do have like accredited investors out there that only see crypto as a speculative asset class, and it's only good to put 5% of your portfolio into a speculative asset class like cryptocurrency. But then again, there's also large bag holders that are legacy finance people that maybe for some reason, for some policy somewhere, they can't get into certain types of cryptocurrency.
And it's hard for sure. I hear that it's hard for those guys to move their shit because there's a lot of rules.
Well, so I thought I heard the same thing, and then my buddy, who's a private wealth manager, he runs a fund. It's like an $850 million fund. He rounds it up to $1 billion. He's like, yeah, let's just round it up to $1 billion. But he's like, dude, I can buy and sell whatever I want. He's like, if I want crypto, if I want this, that, I can do whatever I want. He's like, I don't know where that came from, but I had another girl who's a coworker of mine, securities licensed, and she told me she cannot buy any cryptocurrency. So I don't know, if it's maybe like a corporate policy with certain organizations or certain firms and fiduciary responsibilities here and there. But the Hex Trust thing is going to make it where, these larger VC firms, these larger hedge
because it's
fund
$1 million
guys,
plus. That's what it is, like, for the minimum in order to, like, that's what I read on this site yesterday.
$1 billion plus.
No, $1 million.
Oh, $1 million. Yeah, I know. They're only taking accredited investors. I saw that, which means that typically, if you're an accredited investor, you need to have I think the minimum is like $2 or $3 million in like assets, and like your income has to be a certain level. So again, they're kind of going for. But hey, look, we need somebody doing that. We need somebody bringing in.
I agree.
Big bag holders, big whales in traditional legacy finance, bringing them over and getting them into Hex, right? That needs to happen. And honestly, if that's going to put buy pressure on Hex, I'm cool. You know what I mean? Same thing for these other like new protocols that are launching on Pulse Chain. I'm not going to name any of them, but if you want to go ahead and put buy pressure on my layer one, and you're going to have to use my DEX to go in and to swap, by all means, go crazy, right? But I won't be, participating in any of that. First of all, I'm not an accredited investor, and second of all, you know, I see Richard Hart products like, you know, why would you trust anyone else with your Genesis Richard Hart cutting edge, built from the ground floor up, you know, financial software product? Why would you want to trust that with anyone else other than yourself and your keys and your wallets, right? But you know, it's definitely exciting to see that like Hex Trust is coming out, because that means that we're reaching a broader, bigger audience, like above like the average, you know, average Joes like us here, and I'm sure a lot of the folks listening, a lot of folks in Twitter Spaces. Yeah, and then like it's our job to go out and find these other communities, right, and onboard the day-to-day users. And you know, if we can have an impact on, you know, that's my goal, right? Is if like I can have a positive impact on at least one person's life, you know, every day, every other day, couple people a week, like that's my goal for now. You know,
but you know, this is where that happens. Like all of us are really aware of where the value right now is. Like that's why we're doing this, guys. I wouldn't be if there was something else more valuable that I could preach about that would help more people, I'd probably be preaching about that. But there is nothing, guys. This is like literally we're fighting for freedom right now. Like we're fighting for way more. And you know, we're all here for money and stuff and just good times, but like we're fighting for way more. We want to be on this side of the war, basically, because there will be a war. I don't know if it'll be fighting, but like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot's going on, guys. Cyber, as far as censorship, social media platforms, big money, wealth transfer, bear market, war in Russia. Like there's a lot of fucking shit going on, guys. And we're trying to change. Richard Hart's trying to change everything, I think. And I want to be a part of his team.
Yeah. I mean, at least at the end of the day, like, you know, if I can, like I said, if I can try to impact as many people around me as I can, that's my goal. You know, I'm not trying to make any money on anyone. I literally just want, because like I've had, you know, my friends, I've had girls be like, yeah, do you know how much money you could charge for what you just did? Because I'll onboard, when I onboard somebody and they're serious, like, yes, call me on the phone. We will talk. I'll show you how to do this, that, and the other. And like I've done that, and I've repeated the process probably a dozen or so times at this point. And you know, like that's the end of the game. Is like I don't want your money. You know, I don't want to charge you anything. I'm willing to help you. Here's what you need to do, and I want to get every dollar that you have into our ecosystem. You know, we're going to pump our bags together. I don't like when people say pump my bags, pump my bags. Like, no, it's we pump our bags, we pump our ecosystem, because we're all in the same thing. We're all in this together, right? And so yeah, I mean that's kind of the goal. I guess for, you know, for me personally, especially like, you know, a couple months after launch, or maybe, you know, a year after launch. Best case, you know, I can just, you know, sit around and Twitter and jump in on YouTube and help onboard and you know, help people with questions. You know, I've got this Hexagon hotline idea, where, you know, I want to have like a call center, kind of like a support line. You know, press 1 for Hex, 2 for PulseX, 3 for Pulse Chain, 4 for Trezor hardware wallets, or hey, if you're brand new to crypto, go to this Telegram room where we have onboard assistance only. You know, something like that, you know, would be kind of cool, but it would require, you know, my time. So, you know, just little ideas like that. A lot of guys in the Twitter Spaces have some really cool ideas on, you know, just some community built stuff. I mean, shout out to Famous for Hex to Learn, hex number 2 learn.com. Fully, you know, built by a Hexagon on his spare time. There's no money involved. There, you don't pay for anything. It's a free app you can download, an onboarding app. Actually, quick shout out success story. We were doing a lot of the live streams last week with Sandstorm, and I know you were on there too. And actually, one of the ladies from that community went to the video. She tuned in every night because she saw me, and then she saw you and me, and then Famous came in, and then she used her phone. Famous held up the QR code on the camera. She scanned it, downloaded the Hex to Learn app, went into the app, went to the live option, and then found our live Twitter space through the app, joined, and then we proceeded to onboard her. So it was just a really cool like you know, from like start to finish process of like going to a new community. Trap Gravity, shout out for laying all the groundwork with Sandstorm over the last like 4 months. But we, he went in there. I went on to Sandstorm last week. Tracy was tuning in because she liked what she saw. Downloaded the Hex Learn app, found our live space through the app, came in, joined in, and now she's like a full-blown Hexagon. She got into Hex. I'm not sure 100% if she's staked yet, but I know she's like working on it.
And Famous updated that website last night, guys. Famous spent the whole fucking night updating that website. So he just updated it. So it looks a lot cleaner too, which it was a great website before, but he was fucking with it all night and he's continuing to play with it. And guys, we're all doing this to make a difference. We are, me and fucking Murder Sauce and all the guys, that we all know what's coming. We don't know when, but we know what. And we're putting ourselves in the positions to be resources because we have that information, right? Like we understand where we're going. We know people don't. And if they need help, we're willing to help them. But at the end of the day, onboarding people that don't need help is more so just random, but people will reach out to you. Like, be a resource. Guys, I'm going to get going. All right. He just backed out on accident, I think, but it's no big deal. If you want to support me, I don't know how to support me really. But like, please come to my channel and just be here and watch. That's really all I want. And I really appreciate
myself again.
It's all right. I'm jumping off here. Do you have any shilling you want to do?
Cool.
Any final words? Where can they find you? Where are you?
Yeah. If you guys just go to Twitter, follow me at Murder Sauce, Crypto Keith. We're in these Twitter spaces pretty much every day. Don't really have a YouTube channel yet. I'm probably going to start doing that at some point soon. Shout out to Jim Rat Crypto. Appreciate your streams, dude. Always love jumping in. I'm sorry I haven't been able to get in.
Dude, I'm gonna always send you links. People always always message me the same thing. They're like, dude, I'm so sorry for not coming. I'm like, dude, I just send all my friends links every morning. Like I I always do that. So if you ever see it, just hit it if you're free. But if you're not, you're good.
Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah. No, shout out again. I appreciate it. Everyone in the comments, you guys are great, and just strap in. I think we're getting close. I know we got 2.5 coming soon, so hopefully we'll have some movement, some updates there. But just looking forward to it. Get into hex.com now, and get your Hex stake, lock in your T-shares before the fork. So a lot of exciting stuff coming up.
Yeah, guys, Jim Rat Crypto and everything. Please hit the subscribe and the like if you haven't already, and whatever that kind of retweets, likes, all that stuff. It actually does help. And I'll be here every single day at 11 a.m. Eastern, guys. So we're going to be talking about all sorts of Hex news as it happens every single day. Peace out, everyone. Chad Donnerschwanz, I will see you tomorrow. He said if anyone messed with me, he would take him out. And I said, I'll take you up on that. All right, guys. Have a great day.
Hell yeah.
I'm headed to the gym, dude. I'll see you, brother.
Hell yeah. Peace, brother.